everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is Erika Jayne's disgraced husband, Tom Girardi, I mean, this is the thing. I think he's trying to save Erika with his latest legal move. We're going to get into it. Ronald Richards also weighs in, and I actually disagree with Ronald Richards. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what I think. But before we dive in, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a Kiki is always better with community. Check out the description box down below and join our newsletter. It's free. You get a free self-love guide. We got podcasts, courses, and goodies. Go ahead and check it out. All right. With that, you guys, let's dive right on in. Hi, Juanita. What's up, sweetheart? Hello. That's right, Candy Canes. As you come into the room, be sure to drop your name or, say hi, drop a candy cane, do whatever. All right, let's go. So this is according to Reality Blurb. It says attorney Thomas Girardi summoned to court on Monday as he drops legal counsel and requests public defender after claims of stealing $18 million. We're going to get into it. You might be thinking, why in the world would Thomas Girardi, and this is no disrespect to public defenders do some of the most hard, work there is. So no disrespect to public defenders, but you're like, why would Thomas Girardi, Aaron Brockovich, Thomas Girardi, number one lawyer in the world, Thomas Girardi, all of a sudden want a public defender instead of his private counsel? We're going to get into it. Let's keep going. Thomas Girardi is being called to court following claims of having stolen $18 million from his former clients. Days after the now disbarred attorney, who previously appeared on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alongside his estranged wife, Erika Jayne. Side note, I know they're saying estranged, but Erika herself has admitted she talks to him every single day. So they're not estranged, they're still in cahoots. And we're going to get into it. Was indicted in Los Angeles and Chicago on charges that could result in up to 20 years behind bars. Attorney Ronald Richards has shared new details about Thomas's ongoing legal drama. Okay, now these are the texts, the tweets and the receipts that Ronald Richards posted. So if you can't read it, don't worry. I'm going to read it for you guys. I got you covered. So he says, Girardi was given a summons to appear in court on Monday. So he has to appear in court on Monday, which is February 6th. His attorney accepted service. She was the same attorney who was at the contempt hearing in Chicago. He is getting a break. He wasn't perp walked or raided and processed at MDC. Initial question is, how is he paying for her? Ronald wondered in a tweet shared on February 3rd. That's been an ongoing question, right? That's been an ongoing question. How is he paying for her? How is he paying for all of this? That's been a huge ongoing question. Let's keep going. And clearly, she's been on the payroll. That's why she was able to accept service. Clearly, she still was on the retainer. This is also why she was the same lawyer in Chicago during the contempt of court hearing. So she's been on the payroll. She has the retainer, right? Okay. Here we go. Let's keep going with this, you guys. Let's keep going. But after sharing the summons, which requires Thomas to appear in court in Los Angeles to address wire charges mentioned in his indictment, Ronald shared an additional tweet, noting that Thomas has reportedly dropped his previous legal team and requested a public defender to help him with the case. He says, and this is what's on the screen, based upon our last tweet, Tom Girardi has apparently dumped private counsel, and not one, but two different public defenders filed under seal filings, he revealed. They reveal he submitted a signed financial statement and is now asking for a public defender. Erika Jayne and her benefactor, we guess, won't help, Ronald shadily added, seemingly giving a nod to James Wilkes II, also known as Jim Wilkes, who is alleged to have been backing the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member financially since her 2020 split from Thomas. We're going to get into that. Days ago, after Thomas, along with the former chief financial officer of his defunct law firm, Girardi Keese, Christopher Kamen, and his son-in-law, fellow lawyer David Lyra, were indicted in LA and Chicago. Erika was spotted at the Burbank Town Center where she spoke to Daily Mail about the charges against Thomas, and at the time, he could potentially face behind bars. You know, I have something to say, but not right now. You'll hear from me soon, she teased. All right, this is the thing. Let me finish this last part, and then I'm going to get into this. And I disagree with Ronald Richards. I think Ronald Richards is missing the big picture, and I'm going to fill you guys in on what I think. And I want to know what you think. You know, put it down below. I want to know what your thoughts are as well, okay? Here we go. As Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans well know, Thomas was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in early 2021 and was recently transferred from an assisted living facility in Burbank, California, to a memory care unit in Orange County. In court documents obtained by People in October 2022, Thomas's then attorney, Rudy M.A. Cossio, said he had been moved to a new location due to further decline in his memory functions. Okay, here we go. Okay, so wait a minute. Now we have a lot of different things. The first thing I want to say is this. Now we know why Erika was at the Burbank Town Center getting the bottle of vodka when it was revealed that Tom was indicted. Because now we know that Tom was transferred to a living facility in Burbank before he had been in Orange County. So that means Erika was going to go visit Tom. I mean, if we're gonna use logic and deduction, right? The news break: Tom is indicted, faces 20 years in prison, has to go to the courthouse on Monday. He is in a facility in Burbank. Erika Jayne spotted same day, buying massive bottle of vodka in Burbank. I mean, doesn't take a genius to put that together. So again, she's going to go see Tom. Now, let's get into where I differ from Ronald Richards, okay? Let's get into it. Now, Ronald is saying, and then I also have some other points too. So Ronald is saying like, oh, I guess like Erika and her benefactor, Jim Wilkes, isn't going to pay for him. And that's why he is releasing his legal counsel. So essentially what he did was he has these very powerful, you know, expensive lawyers, team of lawyers, and he essentially fired them or like let them go. He submitted a financial need, and now he wants a public defender. So public defenders are lawyers who will represent people from low income, I believe, who are unable to get an attorney through their own financial means. Check me on that if I'm wrong, but I think that's what a public defender is. Now, Ronald Richards was trying to shade Erika and Tom, being like, oh, Erika and the benefactor don't want to pay, and that's why he needs a public defender. Absolutely not. Don't get it ever twisted that Erika Jayne and Tom Girardi are still not in cahoots and are still not thick as thieves. This is nothing but a way to cover Erika. I think Tom is like, you know what? I'm 83. I'm now being indicted. I don't really see that. This is the end of the road for me, but I could probably still save her. And the only reason why he's signing these financial statements saying he doesn't have money and he wants a public defender is because now he knows the heat is on. He has been indicted. They're not going to let him coast out in a memory care facility. You know, he has to show up in court on Monday for an arraignment. Like the ish got real. His son-in-law indicted. His right-hand man, the CFO, indicted. Erika's facing all these lawsuits. She's probably about to be indicted next. I think he took the L And again, no disrespect to public defenders. Actually, amazing respect to public defenders. Thank you for doing the work for people who probably really need the right representation, So shout out to public defenders. Mad respect. But I think he did that and only in order to appear as though he does not have financial means. I think it's smoke and mirrors, because I think he knows, if I keep this high-powered, super expensive legal team, the first thing they're going to ask, which is the first thing Ronald asked, which is the first thing we all ask, how are you paying for this? And that's going to be another financial trail that they are going to go down. And I don't think Tom Girardi wants the feds and all of these people to continuously dig into him. You're claiming that you don't have any money. You're claiming that you're broke. Well, then how are you paying for this legal team? He has to do this. And another reason why he's doing it in order to save Erika is because if Erika and Jim use the funds that they have to pay for Tom's legal fees, that will then be exposed. And they might start freezing those accounts. So I don't think it's that Erika and the Jim guy who helped him don't want to help. They don't want the smoke. They don't want the feds looking into their finances and freezing those accounts. This is the same person who set up the Wells Fargo account in Florida with Tom for Erika. So it doesn't make any sense that now all of a sudden he's like, no, we don't want to help you. No, they don't want the smoke from the feds. That's why he's acting like he's poor. That's why he's like, oh, let me go to a public defender, because he doesn't want them looking into the finances and where the money is and stopping Erika's slush funds that he set up with his friends. Because don't forget, Erika is acting like she's supposed to be so broke now. Flying to Paris, doing Paris Fashion Week, wearing Alexander Wang, wearing all of the different designers, still driving all these fancy cars, still having a whole team, a publicist, a stylist, makeup artist, creative director with Mikey, still living in a multi-million-dollar mansion, still getting wasted talking about all of the jewelry you have and the designer bags you have and the artwork that you have and the clothes that you have, but yet you want to cry broke? This is nothing but a scheme to, again, cover up hidden assets and cover up hidden money. And another reason why I know this is true is, if Tom was actually broke, how were the lawyers still on retainer to begin with? If Tom has been broke for the last, at this point, nearly 3 years, because now we're in 2023, how was his lawyers on retainer this entire time? If he actually was broke and legitimately needed a public defender, wouldn't that have happened years ago? But all of a sudden, the moment you get indicted, all of a sudden, the moment you know that they're actually going to go after you, then all of a sudden you need a public defender? How is she on your retainer to be served in the first place? How is she on your retainer to be in Chicago in the contempt of hearing case if you were not paying her? Because I don't care who Thomas Girardi was, these people are not working for free. Because if they were working for free, you would keep them and you would tell the court they're working pro bono. Because there are very powerful, expensive lawyers and doctors and all that. And for certain cases, they will work pro bono, for free. But clearly they're not, because that would have been, Tom Girardi should have called me. You could have kept your freaking, high-powered, high-claiming lawyers if they wanted to scheme with you. You could have lied to the court, said they're working pro bono, and you could have kept them. But they're not working pro bono, and that's why you had to do that. It's nothing but another fraud. It's nothing but another scam and scheme. He's trying to protect Erika so they don't go after her contingency accounts. And he's trying to have the front that he's actually broke. But we're not stupid. I have another question for you, Tom. Actually, I got a couple. My other point is this. If you are so broke, Tom, to the point where you need public assistance, because now you're saying that you're so broke, you need a public defender, which is public assistance. And I've said it 1,000 times, I'll say it again, respect to public defenders, respect to public assistance, because it helps people who are truly in need be able to get the resources that they deserve to have. Tom is just scamming the system again. He's scamming the government, and he's scamming from people who probably really need public assistance. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. If you are so destitute, Tom, who's paying for your memory care facility? I'll wait. Who's paying for that? Because I'm pretty sure the memory care facility that you were in Orange County, I'm pretty sure the memory facility that you're currently in Burbank is pretty expensive. Who's paying for that? Who's paying for that? And you've been in there for, like we said, almost 3 years. That's a lot of money. There are families who can't even afford to have, their elderly parents or, their elderly family members in certain care facilities because it's too expensive. So who's paying for that, Tom? Another question. Tom, if you are truly suffering from dementia, if you are truly suffering from Alzheimer's, how are you making legal decisions for yourself? I thought you were in a conservatorship. Isn't your brother Robert, the dentist, supposed to be your conservator? Isn't he the one who's supposed to be making decisions for you legally on your behalf? So how is it, Tom, that you are claiming dementia, you're claiming Alzheimer's, you're claiming that you need financial help, you're claiming that you need a conservatorship, but yet you seem to be making a very sound strategic decision in your own on your own legal behalf? So how exactly is that dementia? That, to me, when I read this, I said, okay, this is strategy. This is nothing but smoke and mirrors. This is nothing but a scam. This is nothing but strategy. He does not want them looking more into his finances, so he's pretending not to have any. And he doesn't want to get Erika and his friend Jim involved because he doesn't want a paper trail to that money that he set up, because he doesn't want the feds to seize those accounts. This is nothing but strategy. That's why I disagree with Ronald Richards. I don't think it's that Erika and the benefactor don't want to help. I think they do, but I think they don't want to initiate a paper trail. They don't want the feds coming for that Wells Fargo account that they opened up in Florida. They don't want the feds coming for the additional counts that I'm pretty sure exist. Because one thing we can all pretty much agree on, Erika is not broke or poor. I don't know what broke, poor person is walking around the way Erika Jayne is, having an entire team of people that she pays for. So I've got questions. I've got some questions. If I was the prosecution, if I was the feds, if I was the FBI, I would be looking into when exactly did you stop paying these lawyers? How long have they been on retainer? What account did that money come from? How did you get that money? Who's paying for the memory care facility? Why is Tom Girardi legally acting on his own behalf when I thought he had dementia? I would be looking into who is this James Wilkie's character that has this Wells Fargo account in Florida that Erika Jayne has gotten well over $500,000 from already. I would also be looking into, did Erika Jayne visit Tom Girardi the day that the indictment came out? She was clearly spotted in Burbank, the same exact town that Tom Girardi currently is in. And I would say, what does that mean? What were they talking about? And I think they were talking strategy. which is why now we have him coming out with, I'm so poor, I need a public defender. I'm also confused because doesn't his family have money? You know, his brother is the dentist who has the conservatorship and other people. I mean, he could have pulled a Jen Shaw. I said this from day one. Jen Shaw's mother didn't give her any money. Not because I don't think she didn't want to. I think that was all Jen's fraudulent money. This is very similar to that. Remember when Jen Shaw and her mom had that very scripted scene where the mom was like, I've been a teacher and this is my, retirement money. But I'm happy to give it to you, Jen, because I just know you're innocent. That was not her retirement money. I don't know. Some people were falling for that okie doke. The moment she said that, I was like, that's a lie. Jen funneled that money to you. And then she said, hey, Mom, can you do me a solid? Can you get on camera and say that this money is your retirement money so that the feds don't ask me how I all of a sudden have $1 million for my own defense? That was not Jen's mom retirement money. Come on now. It's the same exact scheme. The fraudsters, like they have their money hidden. And when they get caught, they cry broke. And that's what Tom is doing right now. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, you guys, stick around, my beautiful candy canes. I want to take your candy cane questions and comments. But for everybody watching on the replay, put it down below. Are you like me and you're just like, we see through you, Tom? We see through you, Erika. Like, you're not smart. We already know that, like, again, with my candy cane community, we don't believe in coincidence. We believe in conspiracy. I don't think it's a coincidence that you had these high-powered, super expensive lawyers on retainer and on the payroll literally up until about 12 hours ago. Where was that money coming from there? We're not stupid. But put it down below. I want to know what you guys think. But for everybody watching on the replay, you know what to do. Go ahead and watch this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below. Join our newsletter. You get a free self-love guide. Check out our podcast, our courses, our books, our movies, and more. And with that, you guys, I'm going to take some of your candy cane question and comments. And happy Saturday night. Woo! Juanita says, evening. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, beautiful. She says, what I meant to say was, why would he want a public defender? Yeah, it's nothing but a front. It's nothing but a front. Again, shout out to public defenders, mad respect. But it's nothing but a front. He wants a public defender to give the pretense, to give the front that he doesn't have any money. And it's also to give Erika Jayne cover, because he thinks that will take the heat off of them looking at her financial records as well. But it's not going to work. To be perfectly honest, this makes you look even more guilty to me. This honestly makes you look even more guilty. It's ridiculous. They're so stupid. Hey, April, what's up? Hey, Robert, Tom knows about hiring and firing an attorney. I thought he has Alzheimer's. Exactly. Very exactly, 100%. That's what we were saying. 100%. I thought he had a conservator. It did not say in the article Tom's conservator thought that it was in Tom's best interest to fire his professional legal team and get a public defender. No. These are the decisions Tom Girardi is making. I thought he had dementia. I thought he couldn't make legal decisions for himself. Listen, feds, prosecution, if you're listening, you got them. You got them. Juanita says that Tom knows exactly what he's doing. He does. He knows exactly what he does. He's fraud and scheming. He is frauding and scheming. But Tom, you're not the smartest person in the room. You're not. That's why you're indicted. That's why you got to go to the courthouse on Monday. They worked fast on that one. Hey, Darnette says, hi, Candy and the Candy Canes. Hey, sweetheart, what's up? Darnett says, so Tom playing broke, isn't his brother a lawyer? Yeah, his brother is a lawyer, and is his brother a lawyer, or is his brother's I know the brother who has the conservatorship is a dentist, but he might have more than one brother. Juanita says, bingo. Barnett says, but he can afford that nursing home. Exactly. Where is that money coming from? Because it's not, cheap. It's not inexpensive. Where is that money coming from? Hey, Linus says, can't they still look into Erika's funds anyway? I'm hoping the feds are backing them into a corner. Yes, I'm sure the feds are going to look into Erika's stuff anyway. I just think Tom is doing everything. Because I also said this. When somebody asked, did I think Tom would ever plead guilty or plead out? And I only think for two reasons. One, I do think he would plead guilty if it meant he could save Erika. Two, I think he would plead guilty if it was literally like he was forced, like he legit had no other way out. Other than that, I think he would fight to the very end, because I think that's his narcissistic ego personality. But yeah, they can definitely look into her funds anyway, but I think he's doing everything in his power to try and protect her. Because I don't think for 1 second they ever were estranged. I don't think for 1 second they never have not been in lock and step in this entire situation. Her saying that he was cheating, that was a BS. She was lying for him about snowing in Pasadena, rolling the car, people breaking into the house. She's been lying for him the entire time. That's why she got so pressed when Garcelle told the truth that she was talking to Tom every day and he was still calling her. And she said it herself, they talk every single day. And like we said earlier, she got caught. She was out here in Burbank buying vodka, and now we know Tom's in Burbank. So are you estranged? Or were you, getting wasted with Tom because the clock is ticking until you're indicted? It's crazy. Darnett says, yes, her stuff. Exactly. Miss Patty says, great points. Thank you. Linus says, I bet the feds are ahead of us on this case. Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. They are so ahead of us. It's not even funny. Not even funny. Juanita said, Scam Nation. Exactly. Hey, Gloria, throw the book at him and look her up. So we are so tired of these people. I agree. Darnett says, Shasha amazing. Exactly. Nothing but scammers. Nothing but scammers. Juanita says, great points, Candy. Thank you, Juanita. Gloria says, they need to make an example of these people. Enough is enough. Already the victims need their money. They need help. I agree. And as much as we're tired of them, I agree we're tired of them too. I also think it's good to keep talking because it's showing that they're being, like, hopefully with time and the legal system, they will be held accountable. So hopefully it deters other people. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Hopefully it deters other scammers and fraudsters. Maybe, maybe not. But I also think it's a good public service announcement, It's good that we know what's going on. So now we can kind of know what to look out for. We kind of know who's scamming, what's going on. I think it's good to have this stuff out there so we're aware. Darnett says 1,000 a day. What's 1,000 a day? Not the facility. That's crazy expensive. Donna says he hung out with Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, that's a whole nother situation. Hey, Gloria, there's nothing wrong with Tom. He's a thief and a darn liar. And show is see, they both are in cahoots. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with him. There is nothing wrong with him. How is he all of a sudden making legal decisions for himself? Boy, bye. Linus says, I still think Tom's alleged FBI son ties into this case in a big way somehow. They probably got a load of info from him. Yeah, that's a good point. I think he does tie into this somehow too. Either that's another thing. If I was internal affairs at the FBI, I would really be looking into that son. Because don't forget, he transferred from Mississippi to LA right during the heyday of the investigation into Tom Girardi. Now, I would have questions. One, who initiated the transfer? Was it out of his control? Like his boss was like, hey, there's a great new, spot in LA. You'd be great for it. Or did he ask for the transfer? Who initiated it? I also need to know more about his life. Is he married? Does he have kids? Because he went from Mississippi, being an adult man, being in the FBI, to moving to LA, to moving in with his mother. And there's no tea or shade for moving in with parents or whatever, I actually think it's really beautiful when adult children take care of their parents, I'm not knocking that. What I mean to say is, did he know that it was going to be temporary? Like he was only going to be in LA in this position while Tom's was going on, so he just moved in with mommy? Like, there's just so many questions. Did he leave a family behind? A girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband, a wife? Like, I have so many questions because it's so suspicious that his alleged love child son would transfer from Mississippi to LA to the exact division that is overseeing Tom's stuff. That's not a coincidence. We need answers for that. And again, that's another reason why it's so good that it's being talked about, because the LA Times, I think they were the one who broke that story. And only because it was in the media and we were talking about it, did Tom's alleged son, and I'm saying alleged because they're in the FBI, please don't come after me. It's just me and a laptop, guys. I ain't got anything for you, feds. What do you call it? Because it was in the media, finally, Tom's son recused himself. Why did it take it being in the LA Times? Why did it take, people talking about it in the media for him to be recused? And my biggest question is, how did he get that job in the first place? Were they not doing their due diligence? How in the world do they let the son of his ex-secretary mistress oversee his investigation at the FBI? And then how does he keep a job? The FBI should have fired him. Anyway, Chocolate Chunk says, hey, Candy and the Candy Canes. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, the dull one. The arbitration judges are paying to keep their names out of it. That part. Hey, Linus Spacehead. That lawyer from Illinois said he thinks Tom is faking it. Yeah, I think Tom is faking it too. I mean, he's making some pretty strategic moves right now. He's making some very strategic moves. He's acting like a man who is of sound mind. I mean, he must think we're stupid because we see through the moves, but he's of sound mind because he's making the moves. You know what I mean? Like, he really thinks we're dumb. Oh, let me get a public defender. Oh, now I believe you're broke, Tom. No. That was nothing but another scam and scheme. No. Because if you were so broke, Tom, how were these lawyers still on your retainer in the first place? Because you haven't been in court in a while. So why were they still on retainer? Why were you still paying them to be on retainer? Because these type of lawyers work on retainer. You pay up front and you have a retainer. Tom, we're not stupid. You got caught, Tom. Give it up. Shelley says, Tom has friends who are lawyers that will protect him because if he crap comes to light, so will theirs. I agree, but I think it's going to be tougher now because, one, there's the case in Chicago where he has less protection, and two, it is also a federal case. So it's the federal government. It's not the California government. It's not the state of California. You know what I mean? Like the state of California, he was in cahoots with. This California State Bar basically enabled this man to get away with it for all of this time. That was him being in cahoots with the state. But these are federal charges. That's why, you know what I mean? There's a difference between state and federal. Taxes season is coming up, right? Are we in tax season? I don't know. You pay your state taxes and you also pay your federal taxes. So it's a different jurisdiction, especially because he has been indicted in multiple states. That's why the FBI is involved. That's why the feds are involved, because when it becomes interstate, the feds come, the federal government steps in. So I think he's going to have a lot less cover. And I also think he's going to have a lot less cover because of the visibility of this case. You know, it's going to be a lot harder to sweep it under the rug and to give him all of these passes, because it's such a highly visible case. So I don't know, maybe I'm being naive, maybe I don't know, but I think something might come up. Darnett says, but you timed the divorce perfectly and mental illness. Exactly. Oh, he's cheating on me. Girl, shut up, Erika, please. Go pat the puss and try and convince somebody else of this sob story that nobody's buying. Girl, bye. Reed Deeply said, hey, beauties, you guys are up late. Yeah, it's like 8:43 or something here. Hey, Shelly, Tom is no different than murderers who play crazy to claim he didn't know what he was doing. Exactly. Oh, I had a psychotic break. I had a psychotic moment. Well, you can take your psychoses all the way down under the jail and shut up. I'm not with it. Tom, your slip is showing. The dull one says 2 brothers. Okay, so Tom has 2 brothers, John and Bob. Yes, Bob is the one who's the dentist, and he is the one who's the conservator of Tom. John, I think someone said, is a lawyer too, right? Hey, Deborah, I have a good one for you. He was hiding guns for Newsom. Wow. I mean, this is the thing. I know that he did financially back Gavin Newsom. So, yep. Hey, Reed Deeply Lioness, wasn't Erika Jayne just talking that a month prior about how sharp his mind still is? Yeah. See, Erika's mouth gets her into trouble. It really does. Erika, girl, bye. You need to take those fake phony tears all the way to jail. You're going to jail. Hey, Calypso says, hey, Katie Canes, glad you're up late for me, early for you. Yay! Me too. Yeah, I'm staying in. It's Saturday night, but I'm staying in tonight, you know. I've been finally getting better. So I'm just taking it easy. And I was like, you know what? Let me jump on. Let me talk to my candy canes. I saw this article come up and it made me pissed. It pissed me off because I was like, Tom, you're still scamming. Let it go. Just let it go. Now you're actually scamming. Who pays for the public defender? Is it tax money? Now you're scamming the taxers because you know you got some money, boo-boo. Anyway. Hey, Gloria. Gloria says she's definitely going to be indicted. She is in hot water. She better hurry up and drink that bottle of vodka because when she's going, where she's going, they don't serve that. I agree. 1 second. I agree. I think she's going to be indicted too. I think it's literally just a matter of time. I don't think Tom is going to roll on her, but I think that the CFO, Christopher Kamen's going to roll. And I also think the son-in-law is going to roll on her. And I think that the feds want their pound of flesh when it comes to Erika, just because of the way she's dealt with the entire situation, has been so disrespectful, thumbing her nose at the law, thinking her and Tom are above the law, throwing egg on their face. They're going to get you, girl. Ooh, they're going to get you. And she's so stupid. I mean, this is the thing. I would not be trying to be on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I would not try to be with Lisa Rinna looking thirsty as hell in Paris, looking like freaking parasites. I would be, who can get me some passports, you know, Googling extradition treaties online, calling up Dirty Diana, girl, can you gas up the jet? And I would be out. I would bounce. I would be gone. Zoop, zeep, bye. I would be gone. I would take the slush money because you know she has access to a lot of money. Her playing broke, we never believed that. and I would be out. Bye, bounce. See ya, Bravo. But no, these egotistical, narcissistic weirdos still are so thirsty to be on a reality show that she's willing to, what's the word I'm looking for? Play around with her freedom. I would have been out. I would have been bounced, to be honest with you. If I was Erika, pshit, October 2020, when it was all hitting the fan, the subpoenas and all of that, instead of acting like I was a scorned wife who was cheated on, instead of acting like he has dementia, instead of going on Bravo again, I would have bounced. I would have been in the wind. I would not have waited around for 3 years for the feds to get an ironclad case against me. Dumb criminals. Dumb criminals. She should have been bounced. Then she wouldn't have that $25 million lawsuit she's currently facing. She wouldn't have that $2.227 million tax lien, or is it a tax lien? Is that what it's called? A tax lien, a tax invasion, whatever it's called. She wouldn't have that with Uncle Sam. I would have been bounced. I would have been bounced. Except for she wanted to play in our faces in Aspen with Lisa Rinna and Kyle. She wanted to play in our faces, drinking and popping pills and being sloppy, cursing out children. She wanted to play in our faces, patting the puss like we care. Girl, windmilling on social media, trying to get a diamond back on a show that doesn't give a damn about her. Girl, I would have been gone. They would be like, where's Candy? It would have been like, where's Waldo? Where in the world is Candy? We don't know. She was here today, gone tomorrow. Poof. I would have been gone. Especially since Tom gave her access to $500,000 already. And that's only one account that we know about. So if that's what we know about, imagine the access to money that we didn't know about. I would have been gone. Nope, I would have been in the wind. I mean, God willing, I would never ever do that, but if I were her, not me, but if I was her, please, I would have gassed up the jet. See ya. Bye. Calypso says he should fight to the end. He could die before he goes to jail. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, Shelly, remember when Erika first joined Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? They went to lunch with the chief of police. That friendship needs to be looked at too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's sad because how far and how deep the corruption goes. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, read deeply. EJ's son is police. Hollywood and police are tight. Yeah. Yup. Hey, Gloria, that gym guy should cut them both loose. This is the thing. That gym guy, I bet you Tom probably has something really on him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's helping them for a reason. They've been really good friends for a really long time. They've been in cahoots for a really long time. So I think that Tom probably has something on Jim, or Jim kind of maybe feels like he owes Tom. Do you know what I mean? But I agree. Jim, you need to bounce too, because you might be called as a witness. You might be deposed. You might be indicted, because the money, and this is my opinion, but the money that Jim is funneling to Erika, in my opinion, is clearly fraudulent victims' money that he got from Tom. And he's doing Tom a solid by using his name, his identity, his law firm, different accounts, X, Y, and Z, to make it appear that the money is coming from him, when the real source of the money is obviously Tom. That's probably illegal. I don't know what you call that. Is that aiding and abetting? Is that fraud? Is that receiving stolen goods and then redistributing it? I don't know. But that doesn't sound legal to me. I watch a lot of Law and Order. That doesn't sound legal to me. So, Jim, you might be watch out, because you might be getting indicted next, Jim boy. It's crazy. Hey, Calypso, the whole bar association across the country needs to be replaced. It is completely corrupted. Yeah. Yep. I agree with you 100%. Reed Deeply says, and who else was involved? That's the thing. It's so many people. It's so insidious. It's so insidious and institutionalized. It's crazy. Hey, Calypso, Camille Grammer figured her out right from the beginning. Yeah, Camille knew. Shout out to Camille Grammer. She's a sweetheart. She really is. Shout out to Camille. Hey, Reed Deeply, Candy, that's the thing. You start to find out it's all the same situation. LOL. Yep. Yep. How many people do this and all of that stuff? It's crazy. Hey, Shelly, Erika still has enough money to get it to go to a damn mall to buy booze. Us non-frauds go to Costco or the liquor store. Who the F buys booze at a mall? That part. That part. Yeah, because she was right up here at the Burbank Town Center. Yes, she was. And obviously, she was visiting Tom because now we know Tom was transferred to a new facility in Burbank. She just happened to be buying booze in Burbank on the day he's indicted. She was going to see him. Gwendolyn says, hello, everybody. You know what I do? I'm sending everyone my huge Southern hugs. We received them, beautiful Gwendolyn. Shout out to you, sweetheart. We received them. And back to you, sweetheart. Big Southern hugs right back to you. We love you. Hayes Arnett says, yes, the nursing home. Exactly. Hey, Miss T. Happy Saturday. Hello, Candy Nolly Canes. Hey, sweetheart. Reed Deeply says, hey, Miss T. Calypso says, read deeply, the Bar Association and politicians, and most likely more than just California. Griffin also always in the politics and money. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's so sad how, when you think about it, the people who are in the most position of power and influence are the most corrupt. Not all, not all. Obviously, I'm not a cynical person. Not all. But like you hear about like not plastic surgeons, but you hear about like surgeons, right? How like they have this sort of like god complex and they're very like above it all. And then you have like politicians, and then you have judges and like doctors, like just the people who are in the position of like a lot of influence and power. Then you hear all about like the corruption and stuff. It's crazy. Miss T says moved in with mommy. He did. He did. He's like a grown man and he moved in with his mom. Like, I don't care if you're living in a $1.2 million house. I don't care. And honestly, it's not that like real estate, 1.2 million is not that much for California. It's all relative. And you move in with mommy, boy, bye. Boy, bye. Yay. Hey, Miss T. Gwyneth says, I bet Tom is seeking out the home's back door at night. 100%. 100%. I bet he is. I bet he's sneaking out the back door. I bet he's sneaking Erika in through the window. 100%. Hey, Shelly, her son got in a convenient wreck too, and he had a head injury at the same time Tom did. Did Tom's son have a head injury too? LOL. Then Erika had one after her attack on a kid. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. Hey, Calypso says, haha, FBI fire, right? Misty says, how does Bracco keep finding these people? I don't know how Bravo does. I don't know. It's like, I guess what it is that reality TV attracts a certain type of person, right? A certain type of personality. Like, I personally would never do reality TV because I just don't think I'm built for it. That's not to say I would never host my own show. That I would host. I would be like, welcome, Kiki with Candy. That would be different, right? But like a reality show, I think attracts a certain personality. And unfortunately, they attract a lot of narcissists, a lot of egomaniac people, and a lot of sociopaths. Think about it. Across franchises, and not just the Housewives, across reality TV in general. There's been a lot of fraud, a lot of death too. There's been a lot of weird deaths. A lot of people, unfortunately choosing to take themselves out of this world. There's been a lot of that. There's been a lot of weird stuff. Look at the is it the Duggars? The Juggers? The Dugars? What the hell are they called? Where they were pretending to be the sort of like almost like a Mormon-like family or something like that. They had like 10 kids or something crazy. And a bunch of them turned out to be really weird. One of them is now in jail for like inappropriate stuff to do with children. There's a lot of weird, wacky stuff going on. Hey, Miss T, Tom is so smart, he is stupid. Yeah, he's getting sloppy. He's getting sloppy. Tom, you're getting sloppy because this whole I want a public defender move is so obvious. It is so obvious. If you wanted to keep, this is the thing. I think Tom should have kept the high power lawyers, and he should have said, "Oh, I've known these people my entire career, or I mentored them. They're taking my case on pro bono." Right? So he could have kept the same legal team and just said they're working for free based on our relationship. And then he probably could have slipped them some money on the side because obviously they're not really working for free. But the whole I'm Tom Girardi, I'm so broke, I need a public defender, but yet I'm living in this fabulous memory care home. Boy, bye. Miss me with that. Yet my brother is a lawyer. My brother is a dentist. Doesn't he have kids too? And another reason why the public defender doesn't make any sense. Couldn't he borrow money from his brothers, from his children, from his friends? Jen Shaw lied and said she borrowed it from her mother. You know, there is other ways to say. To me, the whole public defender thing is just like a slap in the face. It's just like a slap in the face. It's like after everything you did to people, Tom, after all of the victims that you left high and dry, out of all the people you're scamming, you're still scamming the people. You know, the public defender's salary comes from taxpayers. They come from people. Ugh, Tom, you're disgusting. Deeply said her son went to Rhodes. Ever hear the term, you have to be a Rhodes scholar? I'm shocked, actually. Calypso says, Shelly Tarbert, they're scurrying like cockroaches right now, LOL. Oh, the lights came on. That part. Hey, Calypso, what do you think Sutton is drinking tonight? I love Sutton, but she's going to have to step it up. Hey, Gloria, those people got money. They just got it hidden where it's done in the dark. Always comes to light. TikTok. Exactly. Hey, Reed Deeply says, wow, did I just read a story on EJ's son? LOL. I'm going to look into that. I'm going to look into her son. Hey, Miss T, ask whoever Tom is paying to handle his business. Exactly. Hey, Calypso, we are in tax season. The bill started going out last week of April for payment. Yep. Hey, Reed Deeply, he ended up in critical condition, quote, saving Tom from an intruder. Yeah, all of that was also a wackadoodle lie. Right? It's snowing in Pasadena. Our house was broken into. The car flipped and rolled. Girl, please stop. Remember she tried to say Tom was in a car accident and hurt his head? And that was the whole thing? Hey, Blue Pixie, I can't wait for your channel to blow up. Girl, this is analysis gold. Thank you, Blue Dixie. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss T, that mascara gets me every time. I know, I love using this photo of her. Hey, Shelly at Read Deeply. What was it? I've always thought something was off about that. When Erika said her son had been in Iraq too, when things were crumbling, I searched for news there and found zero. Yeah, I think she was lying. Yeah, I think Misty says Candy is in Cali. It's not late for her. Yeah, that's true. Over here in Cali. 1 second. Okay. Calypso says, Gloria, she should fit right in. She speaks like a gangster. Reed Deeply says, yeah, I just found a page with all kinds of info, LOL. Ooh, I gotta look into that. Because there's not a lot said about her son, you know? Remember she made Eileen cry? When Eileen just said like an analogy about her son? Don't you ever talk about my son. Don't you ever talk about my son. Shut up, Erika. Gloria said, Erika ain't ish. Boy, I can't wait for this to blow up. I want to see all of them get arrested. Me too. I mean, this might sound mean, but like, I want Erika to go to jail. I really do. And not to be like vindictive or anything, but I just can't get past when she said, I don't give a damn about anybody but myself. That's when I was like, okay, like, all right, like you really need to like do some time now. Like you really need to be accountable and pay your debt to society. When she said that, I was like, you know what? You need to go to jail. Reed Deeply says, how the heck do you go from Rhodes Scholar to beat cop? Not beat cop. Not beat cop. Reed Deeply, I love you. Hey, Shelly. If I have this correctly, Tom had a head injury. Her son had a head injury. Then she said after her attack on Jax, she hit her head. This all looked like fake robberies. Holly Wone says that bottle was empty before she left the parking lot. I know. They should breathalyze her and make sure she's from drunk driving. Gloria says the victims are paying for that. These people are just damn disgusting. Yeah. Yeah. Miss T says Candy's late night pissed edition. That part. Because I got this article and I was like, you know what? I'm going live. I was like, I got to talk about this. I was like, I got to get this off my chest. I need my candy canes. I got to get this off my chest. I was pissed. Hey, Reed Deeply. Yes, they're saying it was her son's eye. Tommy Zizzo is his name. Okay, I'm going to look him up. I'm going to look him up. Thank you, Reed Deeply. Calypso says, thing is, Candy, she's not as smart as you. She is off. Oh, thank you. Calypso says, both of them should have bounced to Switzerland and went on from there. Right? Like, that's the, oh, man. It's like that song, I fought the law and the law won. The problem is they thought that they were, you know what it is? It's not that they thought they were above the law. It's that they thought they were the law. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, people who think that they are above the law think that they can, do whatever they want. And they think that too, but I think that Tom thought that he was the law. That whatever he said went. Like, he made the rules. If I think I'm above the law, I think I can break the rules. I think Tom thinks that he is the law and he can make the rules. Very delusional. Hey, Reed Deeply, we call that selling your soul, eh? Exactly. Hey, Gloria, the feds are all over that. Yeah, the feds are on it. Gwendolyn, the ice cream is melting. I love it. Hey, Miss T, they always stay too long. They always stay too long. I would have bounced. I would have been out. I would have been sipping a Mai Tai somewhere on somebody's island right now. Calypso says they thought the government and their connections were going to get them off. They can't believe this is happening. Too much oversight now. I agree. I do think they thought that their fake cheating story, their fake dementia story, the fake robberies, the fake head injuries, the fake snow, the fake cars, they just thought that they could get away with it because they always had. They thought that they were powerful. They thought that they were rich. They thought that they were connected. They thought that they were privileged. They thought they were too big to fail. How does that always work out? Miss T says tax invasion. I did say that, right? Tax evasion. You guys give me grace, right? When you evade taxes, yes. Tax invasion. I did say that. Hey, the adult one. Erika didn't know till the end. She took every cent without asking because that's who she is. Was she innocent? No. Did she know it was coming from client? Also no. See, I think Erika knew. I think she did know it was coming from the clients. I think that he was obviously the mastermind, but I don't think that you're married to someone that long. I don't think you work that closely with him because Erika herself said that she used to work with Tom at the law firm. I think she didn't know, but I think she didn't care. And wives always know way more than their husbands think they do. Linus says, I agree too that Erika will get it. This case is just too horrible and scandalous to let anybody involved not go unpunished. Yeah, and it would also look really, really bad on the feds if Erika gets away with this. Like, that would actually be the ultimate egg on their face if Erika gets away with this. Because this has been too publicly talked about. It's too in the news. There's too many people involved. There's actual victims. It's too much. Reed Deeply says, they wear out their darn welcome, Miss T. LOL. Yes. Shelly says, she can't help her narcissism, has to be fed. Exactly. Darnett says, do they still have the jet and boats? I don't know if they still have them, but I bet they have access to somebody's. You know, instead of sitting around with Dirty Diana trying to take down Garcelle and Kathy Hilton, she should have been making an exit strategy. If I had, you know, dirty Diana over here, who was nothing but an insecure pick-me, and access to all of her money, like instead of going to Hawaii with Dirty Diana and Lisa Rinna, plotting how you're going to attack somebody's child, plotting how you're going to lie on people and take innocent people down, I would have been out of the country. I would have been like, hey, thanks for the trip to Hawaii, but can you drop me off in Switzerland? Can you drop me off wherever, you know, on the way back? Stupid. Hollywood says, remember when Tom used to shush her and then send her to her room? Tom was a jerk. Tom was a jerk. Miss T says, midnight read with Candy. Exactly. Read Deeply's laughing at Holly. Hey, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood is honestly Candy. I think she's Ghislaine Maxwell. Even if she goes to jail to appease the public, as long as she keeps her mouth shut, she will be out in 5 years and rewarded handsomely for her silence. Maybe. Honestly, at this point, just as long as she goes to jail, I'm okay. You know? Reed Deeply says, agree, Mr. Rogers. Calypso says, Jim is probably married and they all have all of his escort info on him, just like Epstein. Who wants to tarnish yourself like that in your 70s? Oop! Not in your 70s. The shade of it all. The shade. Hey, Toby Mary. Hi, Candy. Good evening, dear. You too, sweetheart. Hey, Shelly, Mr. Robert's neighborhood. I agree. This is bigger than we could even imagine. People with big money and zero morals. Yep. Reed says, hey, Toby. Juanita says, thanks, Gwendolyn. Miss T says, mascara did not sell that cry, Erika. Exactly. It was her Chicago makeup that she used. Hey, Toby. Thing is, Erika always says LVP was a coward for not being at the reunion. Teresa did her time. So that makes EJ a C word, coward. Don't do crime if you can't do the time. That's true. That is very true. Hey, Deborah, as a retired nurse who worked for those facilities, they start out at $6,000 a month. So there's that. $6,000 a month? Wow. Yeah, who's paying for that, Tom? Who is paying for that? The victim's money? Hey, Miss T, why is Erika look mad while fake sad crying? She's mad because we're on to her. Okay, I'm back. Juanita says, evening, Miss T. Calypso says, yep, and I'm sure he knows all the public defenders. I'm sure he does too, actually. That's a good point. That's a good point. Darnett says, ego-hungry people willing to steal Duggars. Yeah, that is so sick. That one is real sick to me. Miss T says, 15 minutes is addictive. Just look at Mary coming back. Yo, I'm going to do a live on that too. Maybe tomorrow. Mary coming back, girl. Mary, I gave you so many props. Do I think you're a fraudster? 100%. But I gave you props for getting out before the smoke got too hot. Now you're coming back because you're emboldened because you beat some charges? Girl, the feds ain't done with you yet. But we can do Salt Lake City and Miami tomorrow because I need to do both of those actually. Toby says, hi, Ray Deeply, love your name. Aw. Hey, the dull one, public defender is so they can claim poor representation and get retrieval and get a retrial to drag this out for years, like you said earlier. Yep. That's also very true. He's going to say ineffective counsel. He's going to try and claim ineffective counsel to get to be on appeal for legal reasons. Yeah, he's going to say that too. Very good point. Very good point. Hey, Miss T says, hi, Juanita. Hey, Gloria. Both of them are going straight to hell. I agree. Because this is the thing. If Erika doesn't get it in this life, she sure as hell is going to get it in the next. So you better drink all that vodka you can now. Deborah says they're all nefarious and in bed together, period, all the way up. Miss T says Tom's family doesn't want their money involved. Oop. Oop. I heard that one. Hey, Juanita. Hey, Gwendolyn, the family members of the injured parties is paying for the public defender. He's disgusting. Yeah. It's very disgusting. Donette says, don't forget the ankle. I know. Remember when PK and Mauricio was clowning him? And they're like, don't save the head. Save the ankle. It's a mess. It's a mess. Hey, read deeply. And she didn't say that out of the blue. It was in direct relation to the victims. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. It was in direct relation to the victims. I don't give a damn about anybody but myself. And I'm the person you need to worry about? Crazy. Hey, Gwendolyn, it's 12:02 Eastern time here. Yes. Hey, Darnett, I've been with the coughing since the Thanksgiving. Oh, man. I was like sicky. I was sick for a bit. And then I got re-sick over the holidays. And now I'm better except for this cough. And it gets better every day, but it's still kind of lingering a little bit. But like everything else is good, which is great. Because I was really sick over the holidays, but thank God I got better. But yeah, it's just the cough really that's still there. It's been lingering. Yours been since Thanksgiving? Yeah. Mine's been since the holidays. Gustav says Erika Girardi was just sued by the ticket broker who sold Girardi and Keith's tickets for her and others. This is a cross complaint on the trustee's fraudulent conveyance case. Yeah, I mean it's all coming down. It is all coming down. Miss T says, I wish Erika would go on Patreon and explain it for all and explain it to all of this for a small fee. Miss T. You know what? Her and Robin, they could do a bonus episode on Reasonably Shady. Do a bonus episode on their Patreon interviewing Erika Jayne. Just go to them for the truth. Shelly said, why did Mo have to get so wasted to film the scene defending Erika attacking Jax? Why was his lawyers in the case against him? Why does Kyle and Mo defend Erika so much? Yeah. I mean, people are in cahoots. Calypso says, yes, I agree. I've had it with them all and the cheating to get rich. No moral compass. Yes, maybe you can find some behind bars. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And we have to find a way. I'm talking about myself too, to not get so disheartened, you know? But to be honest, it is disheartening sometimes when you think about how much corruption and fraud there is and how people who are good and decent are honestly not even just trying to get ahead, they're just trying to stay afloat, you know? And it's so hard. And then you see all these other people like cheat and scam and have all this stuff, but I don't know. You just got to stay good and know that the good will come back to you. And, you know, yeah, we just have to stay our good candy canes, our good candy canes. Hey, Juanita says, Candy, I like this late night with Candy. Yes, I know. I usually it's not that late even in LA, but I usually don't come out this late. And somebody had else asked me to do like a slumber party, like a hot topic slumber party. So I'm going to do that one day. I think that would be really fun. Hey, read deeply, says Miss T, I'm dead. LOL. Yeah, Miss T came through with that one. You really did. You really did. 1 second. Darnett says, how old is EJ's son? He's in his 20s or his 30s. I can look it up real quick. Erika Jayne, son age. She's 51. 28. 28, 29. It says he's 28 by the age by 2022. So unless he recently had a birthday, he's 28. Yep. Hey, Blue Pixie. Yes, Tom spent so many years going under the radar that when he got caught, he thought it was April Fool's. Yep. Because I don't think Tom thought he ever really was going to get caught. Hey, Miss T, Lisa told Erika she would protect her. Lisa Ren is a mess. Calista says, I agree. He felt he owned the law. Exactly. Blue Pixie says you also sound sick, Candy. Please rest a bit. Erika's downfall is far from being over. You have time, love. I know I sound it, but I'm actually feeling a lot better. It's just the cough that's still there. But thank you. I really appreciate it. Hey, Miss T, Erika is a pop star. Did you guys forget? Pat the puss. Pat the puss. Love it. Hey, the dull one. Tom yelled and belittled me once at the office because I had a sweatshirt and jeans on. Wait, did you work with Tom, the dull one? You said Tom yelled and belittled you at the office. Did you work for Girardi Keys? Fill us in. Fill us in. Gwendolyn says, I bet Erika wished she was the manager of Hooters. She would be free now. Reed Deeply says, tax invasion is when you have set up the robbery after your accountant drops his job. I know, I did say tax invasion. I did. That's a new one for us. Hey, the dull one. He didn't know I was helping his dad in the basement file room. This kind of makes me feel better. Yeah, I heard he was a big bully. A big bully. Hey, Calypso. Says, hey, Gwendolyn. Hey, Miss T. Erika thought the victims were just fans. They are not. Hey, Shelly at Internet. Tommy Zizzo was born in 1994 in New York City. I've never even been able to find one police report, etc., about his law enforcement career. Wow. Wow. Blue Dick says, Erika has fans, Miss T? Juanita's laughing. Miss T says, remember when Tom would mansplain to all the ladies for 5 minutes and then leave? They would all say he's so smart and laugh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Tom, let's listen to his stories. Oh, Tom, get out of here. Darnett says, okay, she divorced his father the next year. And then she left him with the dad and moved to LA. Not mom shaming, but okay. Miss T says, Erika is a sniper from the side 100. Yep. Oh, Jacob says, am I dropping the link tonight? I'll drop the link. I forgot, honestly. I was just talking. Y'all get me on a roll. I will just talk. I dropped the link. Holly says, Teresa, Luann, Jen, Erika, Ultimate Girls Trip, Season 14 at Alcatraz. Shaw will be out by then, and Erika's probation officer won't mind since he's not leaving the state. Jacob says, hey, Candy, you dropped it. I just dropped it. I was just talking my little head off. But if you're still here, Jacob, I just dropped it. Reed Deeply says, oh my gosh, I wish I could post links here. You can't post a link. Post a link. Drop the link. Hey, Miss T, if Mary is smart, she'll be only a friend. I agree. If Mary was really smart, she would just bypass Bravo at this point. You know what I mean? Bypass it altogether. It's like you got away. Stay away. Hey, Jacob, you want to share?
Oh, Lord. Tom's really playing with us.
Jacob, wake up. Well, whenever you're ready, just join us, Jacob.
Can you hear me?
Shelly says, things Erika said early in The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She stated, I know everything about the law firm. I should be a lawyer. Yep. And she also admitted that she worked with him. Like, I don't know if she, quote, really worked, but she was at the firm with him the entire time. So, girl. Hey, Reed Deeply. Zizzo had a comment, had a custom Sinatra police uniform, LOL. Gwendolyn says, Erika better get her plastic surgery done just before she goes to jail. Yeah, who's doing the Botox, babe? Who's doing the Botox? Erika always looks like she smells bad to me. I don't know why, but she really does. Hey, Jacob.
Can you hear me, Candy?
Says Miss Right Sniper Erika. Miss T says, hashtag for legal reasons. Darnett says, Shelly, I remember about that she could be a lawyer. Yep. Why am I here? Says, hey, Candy. Hey, sweetheart. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Juanita's laughing.
Can you
That's
hear
right,
me?
you guys. If you're having fun, hit the like and subscribe. Hey, Blue Pixie. Miss T is hilarious. Miss T is on fire. Shout out to Miss T. That's one of my mods. She always holds me down. I appreciate you so much. Harry Deeply, we're so glad you're feeling better, Candy Girl. Yeah, me too. Sorry that if I have to, stop sometimes and cough, but I'm on the mend. It's just this wet cough that is lagging, but overall, I feel so much better. Hey, Shelly says that Read Deeply. I noticed that too. It was like the picture from a movie. Dang, I wish I could link
Hello?
too. That pic was a kid dressed up like a cop for Halloween. 1 second. Shelly, I was like, wait a minute. That's funny. Miss T says reasonably shady dummies 100. Yeah, they're idiots, man. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Honestly, I don't like Giselle and Robin, but honestly, I think they just were like idiots with this situation. They overplayed their hand. They were just dumb. Just dumb. But making up evil rumors on people, you got to be held accountable for that. Hey, hey Calypso, Miss T, maybe she will do OnlyFans. To be honest, I'm surprised Erika Jayne isn't already on OnlyFans. Like, to me, OnlyFans is something that's perfect for Erika Jayne. She was patting the puss on Instagram. She might as well pat the puss on OnlyFans. You know, maybe Larsa can give her some tips. Hey, Deborah, don't forget to boost your immune system, lovely, and more purified water. Stay away from fluoride toothpaste. Just a healthy tip for the day. Much love. Aw, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Yes, I've been taking vitamin C, ginseng, my multivitamins, drinking a lot of orange juice, and I'm still doing like Dayquil and NyQuil and stuff. So, yes, on the mend. Hey, Shelly, it is disheartening when you think about victims, people who lost loved ones, and someone who ended up with the horrid lifelong injuries. Exactly. It's just so sad. Hey, Darnett, does Erika Jayne got lawyers on standby who paying them? Very good point. And yes, Erika Jayne does have lawyers, right? Because she's involved in multiple ongoing lawsuits right now. So she does have lawyers. Hey, Jacob, baby, are you here now?
Did you hear me? I guess you can't hear
Miss
me,
Cheeks
huh?
is still not paying the bills. I love it.
Damn.
Hey, Jacob, you there? We'll chime in whenever you're ready. Reed Deeply says EJ's son is 28 or 29. Yes. Hey, Toby. What's funny is Dorit's robbers only wore the same slippers as PK. One was size of Mo. I guess third guy was Teddy's husband, look alike. Eddie. Yeah. That, again, dumb criminals. It's like, if we are figuring this out, where's the insurance company? Where is the investigators? Where are the detectives? I need a detective. Can we call a detective? We need a Real Housewives detective. Gwendolyn says, make Candy feel better and hit that like button. Yes. Hey, Misty, Erica's big grown boys. Hey, Blue Pixie. I hate how Erika cries fake tears about how she should be pitied because her life is in shambles while driving the latest Range Rover to the reunion of a job who pays her $500,000 with a full glam squad. That part, Blue. That part. 100%. Calypso says 30 now. Miss T's giving the side eye. Calypso says, oh, I thought he was older. I saw that he was 28 or 29. But that's almost 30 in a little bit. Calypso says Tom probably put him into law enforcement to protect the family. True. Think about it. His own love child is an FBI agent. So it makes sense that he would put Erica's child into law enforcement too. Donut says, hit the like button. That's right. Hit the like button. Thank you, sweetheart. Miss T says, aliens live by the phone by the gate. Then when they rob you. Exactly. Who leaves the phone by the gate? Can you just place my cell phone, right by the gate? Could you do that? Thanks. Especially after Dorit alleged that they were saying, just effing kill her, just effing kill her. Make it make sense how you want to tell me that these people broke into your house with weapons, pointed the weapons at you, were screaming, just effing kill her. And then when they got everything they wanted, they very politely and gently placed your cell phone right by the door at the gate so you could get it. Girl, bye, Dorit. Girl, bye. Calypso says, Miss T, I think Giselle was working on one of the Erica's outfits for her last photo shoot. Reed Deeply says, you're on it, Miss T. Gustav says, Tom knew he would be caught because he had this backup plan. Exactly. They had a contingency plan. Act like he's cheating so she can say she's getting a divorce. Oh, he has dementia. Blah blah blah. Get the brother in the conservatorship. They had the contingency plan, and they also had the contingency plan with that gym guy, with the half of $1,000,000 in the Florida account. And if we know about that account, imagine the accounts we don't know about. She has access to a lot of money. Toby says, I feel you, Candy, about the cough. Same here. Going on 3 weeks. Feel better, sweetheart. Thank you, Toby. Yeah,
You hear me,
same.
Candy?
Like, I've had this cough for a while now, but thank God, I'm like better, but it's the cough. It's the cough and stuff. Oh, wait, Jacob, are you talking?
I
I
am.
am.
Oh my God, was I talking over you?
It.
I could not hear you that entire time. I
No,
just saw it when Juanita
I
said, "Yep, it was." She said, "We can hear Jacob." Oh no, I
no.
am so sorry.
Oh, so something's wrong, and then I turned my phone off, and I was like, I don't know, stupid thing.
Oh no, Oh no, I'm so sorry. Sound off, Jacob.
Look, Tom is he's playing the legal game. He knows tricks. He knows what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and I mean it's scary. I mean he can play all of them. I
Mhm.
really do think so. Um, I don't believe he needs a conservatorship. I mean, I already told you that I think his
Mhm.
diagnosis was fake.
Yep,
Uh,
100%.
Alzheimer's diagnosis, because that psychiatrist, um, yeah, like you have 2 stars as a psychiatrist, you'll do anything for money. So come on now, like
Mhm.
you have 2 stars, no one's coming to you,
Yep.
you know. And I was looking at Tom's political donations,
Mhm.
and it's very public. It's actually pretty easy to find, and you can go. I mean, I can only go as far back as like '96, but I mean, like I mean, he donates to everybody. They all donate to people, right? But I mean, I look at his a little differently now. 'Cause
Yeah.
but I thought it was interesting that he did donate to some New York City people too, and I said, "Oh, that's
Ooh,
interesting." He
not New
don
York City people.
he donated to former mayor Bill de Blasio, and I was like,
Hmm.
okay, that's interesting. Like I wonder what that was for, because
Mhm.
you already gave a whole bunch of money to, he gave a bunch of money to Garcetti when he was mayor of LA. He gave a bunch of money to a bunch of former mayors of LA. So I'm like, all right, we know
Mhm.
why you did that,
Yep.
and city council people and the comptroller and all those other people, you can see it, tens of thousands, which, okay, you're going to give the political donations for your taxes. But again, we look at them a little differently with him. He's just, it is disheartening, like how you were saying. It's a little like, oh God,
Yeah.
is he going to be brought to justice?
Mhm.
I, and I don't think so. I don't think he'll get brought to justice. I think that we'll see Erika brought to justice first. I think that I don't think the feds have a strong enough case yet to bring her in.
Yep.
And I think that it's coming soon, though. I think Chris Kamen is going to flip.
100%. I think Chris Kamen has already flipped. I think that's how
Probably.
they got the indictment for Tom and Tom's son-in-law.
Era, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because don't forget, Chris was arrested
Months
first.
ago.
You know?
Yeah. And he's been sitting in jail all this time, too.
Exactly.
So I'm sure he was like,
Exactly.
I'll talk. Yeah. So, yeah. So he'll probably get off with less than, you know, I don't know what he might get, but it'll probably, but I think he's going to flip. I think he's given up info now. And that's why I think that they just don't have a strong enough case against Erica yet, uh,
Mhm.
linking her to all the fraud. It's
Yep.
very, it's crazy. I thought all this would happen sooner, but stupid me, because remember like a year and a half ago when the judge ordered Erica's accountant and landlord to turn over the records showing which bank account are her payments coming from, like her rent
Mhm.
pay? And nothing ever came from that. And I was like, what kind of nonsense account did you show them? If you didn't get it, like, because I thought that was gonna be, because I was excited. I was like, oh, here it is,
Mhm.
and thing, because she's paying, I think it was 7,500 in rent each month for that house. I actually really like the way that house looks, by the way.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
But no, so she's paying like 7,500. Tom's, I mean, I think the press said that his convalescent home is like 8,000 or 6,000 a month.
Wow.
And yeah, the money's coming from somewhere. They are not poor. They are not broke.
Not
That
by any means.
that money is sitting in the Caymans. It's sitting in Fiji. It's somewhere.
It's sitting in the artwork. Remember he got her a
Yeah.
$1 million art thing? Like, that's the thing. They hide money in plain sight. Erika wasn't holding on to those earrings for sentimental value. She was holding on to them because they were worth $1.2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's, they hide the money in plain sight. They hide it in horses, they hide it in real estate, in very expensive artwork, very expensive jewelry. And then, yes, 100% in like offshores accounts that they think people can't trace or get to, and in different people's names, but they are not broke. And also, how is Tom making his own legal decision to now switch from his private counsel to a public defender when I thought he was in a conservatorship?
Yeah. Did the press say, I didn't read it, but did the press mention the
No,
brother being the conservator at
no,
all?
no. They
So
did not
that's
mention the conservator. They did not. They said Tom Girardi submitted a signed financial statement.
did Ronald Richards say anything about it yet?
Yes, this is what Ronald Richards said. He said, based upon our latest tweet, Tom Girardi has apparently dumped private counsel, and not one but two different public defenders filed under seal filings. They reveal he submitted a signed financial statement and now asking for a public defender. At
Uh,
Erika Jayne and her benefactor, we guess won't help. See, this is where I get the shade, but I don't agree with him on that point. I think they're staying out of it because they don't want the smoke. They
Probably.
don't, you know what I mean? They don't want the Fed saying, "Oh, wait a minute, Erika, you have money to give for him to pay for his legal fees. Where did that money come from?" And that
Right.
money came from the account that Tom and his friend Jim opened up for Erika when everything hit the fan, that Wells Fargo account in Florida,
Right. Mm-hmm.
which is clearly victims' money because Tom didn't have any legitimate money at this point. And then Ronald then says, Girardi was given a summons to appear in court on Monday. His attorney accepted service. She was the same attorney who was at the contempt
From
hearing in Chicago. He is getting a break. He wasn't perp walked or raided and processed at MDC. Initial question is, how is he paying for her?
Right, because she is like, I was reading about her briefly. She was ranked like number one
Mm-hmm.
federal attorney. Um, and I said to myself, "Oh, here we go." But now seeing this, now, but then part of me says, "Okay, Tom, I thought you were smart. Why would you retain her and then drop her?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all know the blogs are going to pick it up. We all know the press is going to pick it up. And if the press is picking it up, that means the courts are picking, like, it it
Yeah.
it, it looks a mess. So that's a strange move. Um, but Ronald said what? That he has the document saying that Tom signed. Okay. How do you sign a conservatorship? Interesting.
Exactly. How is he signing when I thought he was in a like Britney Spears wasn't signing jack for herself when she was in
Right.
a conservatorship.
That's interesting.
So, you know what
I'm
I mean? Britney
surprised.
Spears did not have the power to hire
Right.
and fire attorneys when she was in a conservatorship.
I'm very surprised that Ronald didn't
Catch
comment on that.
that,
I
right?
mean, I'm sure in his mind he's like, maybe I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to comment on it for some reason.
No, I think Ronald like just wanted to get a dig at Erica. Because
Oh,
I get what Eric, I get Ronald's doing his job, but he does like to. There is a little bit of an obsession there with him, and I'm here
yeah.
for it. I'm here
Well,
for it.
you know what? They need to bring his wife Lauren on that show
Yep,
immediately.
yep.
Remember when she posted about the earrings and she was like, and she like tagged Erica and was like, "Oh my god, I know why you were trying to get these earrings. They're fabulous." I was like,
Hmm.
"What?"
Yep,
So she needs to be on that show.
she
Um,
does, and she's gorgeous.
mhm.
Like Ronald, I was like, really, Ronald?
I,
Okay,
he, he has real money
right,
because I looked that
right.
I was like, where do they live? I think, and he's selling a house. Okay, a house because there are multiple. He's selling a house, and it's
Yep.
on the market for like 14 million. I was like, oh,
Because he was even gonna buy the Pasadena house. Remember?
right, mm-hmm.
That's some coin. That is
Did
some
buy
coin. That is some coin. Not
who?
this was all a plot to get Candy heated. I was on one. I was like, I don't care. It's Saturday. I'm going live. I need my candy canes because I'm pissed. I'm
Yeah,
pissed. I'm
it's
pissed.
wow. He's
Yeah. He's out here
that,
really playing in our faces. Really.
I want
The
the
thing is,
public.
I bet you that woman was like, I'm not gonna do any fraud for you. I will take your money and I will represent you, but I'm not gonna get messed up in any scheme.
Hmm.
Because I think any other lawyer he could have said, because there's so many schemes he could have done. He could have just lied to the court and said, "Oh no, my attorney's going to work for me pro bono," and then under the table actually pay them, right? But I bet you she probably was just like, "No, we either do this like above the board, or I can't represent you," because she probably has something to lose, given everything you said about her and how high profile this is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have looked good if.
Right.
Ah, but then why would she accept it in the first place? Like it's just a little strange. Um, I don't know. If I were her, I'd be like, I'm not going anywhere near you. Uh, like I wouldn't have accepted him in the first place. But I mean, money talks. But then again, you're not supposed to have any money. So I'm like, did we forget that you're not like? Did he forget that he's not supposed to have any money?
It's the dementia.
I
No,
guess.
the thing is, I get why she would take it. Like, think about any lawyer that is a criminal defense attorney that takes the big high profile cases against like serial killers have lawyers. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Like
True.
mobsters and all that because they want the notoriety. You know, they want that name. Look at like Michael Avenatti. He turned out to be a crook, but like because he was doing the high profile cases, now we know who he is, you know? And the bigger your name is out there, even if you lose the high profile case and it's like a big person, the equity you get from being out there, you
It's
can
worth
now you it's worth it. You know, you're going to be being interviewed by the New York Times and the LA Times, you know, you're going to be able to write different papers and all of this stuff about your time on the Girardi case. So I get why she would take it because for her, it can only be a career boost as long as she's not implicated in any fraud.
right. As
You
long
know, look at like Rob Kardashian and what's the other guy's name who represented OJ,
oh Johnny.
um, Johnny Cochran and all those people, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
you know, everybody
Oh
wants to be a lawyer for a big profile case. It just
yeah.
helps their brand.
That's interesting. Yeah. What you said makes a lot more sense than now. Because who knows how that paper trail would have looked like to her law firm.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna
And that
look crazy.
and you make a really good point because say he does keep paying her and it turns out he's paying her with victims' money.
Yeah, she
That's
because
gonna look really bad on her too.
right. And the court, I'm not sure, but I think that they could potentially come after that.
they're coming after everybody else who's getting victims' money. Amex
Right.
is being sued. The mistress got the feds knocked on her door. All her stuff got confiscated. You know, that's what we're saying to lock Erika up for, benefiting from crimes. So
Right.
that should also go to the lawyer. If you know that your client is paying you with stolen funds, you're just as liable as the people that we're saying need to go to jail for receiving stolen goods.
Goodness.
You know, if Erika got earrings based on victims' money,
Then
then,
the
you know, it's good for the goose, is good for the gander.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's deep. This is deep. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. This is gonna be one. This case. If it ever reaches its conclusion with Tom being convicted, it will be one of those like an OJ case, like a Bernie Madoff, where we'll be talking about it
Exactly.
for years.
And it'll be studied. Because look
Yeah.
at how insidious this is. Miss T is on one tonight. I love Miss T. She says, ex-lawyer lady was flattered but cares more about her career. Thanks for the retainer. Ex-lawyer
Oh,
lady just took the case to get the hot tea. She will share with colleagues at the holiday Christmas party.
damn.
I love Miss T is on one tonight.
Damn.
I
Maybe.
love it.
Yeah, it's very strange. Ronald Richards has been involved with the show for a little bit. You know,
Mhm.
he was representing um Russell Armstrong in a in
No.
two. Remember when he showed up on the show?
What?
Ronald showed up on the show. Yeah, I mean, very briefly. It was like a scene with Taylor and Russell in their kitchen, kind of just like going over paperwork, and Ronald was there.
Ronald, don't make me. Mm-mm. Are you the
Hmm.
Peter Thomas of legal housewives? You just popping up on every single franchise.
Yeah, I don't understand why his wives. I don't understand why his first wife wasn't on the show. First of all, um,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
but hey, and
Wow.
he I think I don't even remember if I read. I thought he was involved with Muhammad Hadid as well, and I was like, Ronald,
Wow.
no. He wasn't involved with him, but he made a lot of statements regarding
His
when
bankruptcy.
when Muhammad was having trouble building that, you know, that mansion that he was gonna put on the market for
Mhm.
100 and some change million, and he had to build on a public park, and Ronald was like, "Oh, I'll buy part of that." He's always been part of it, trying to be part of it.
Ronald, just get a spinoff already. Like, do a little sizzle and pitch a show.
Yeah,
You know
they,
what? You know what would be interesting if Ronald and Emily D. Baker did a show together. Not a
that
reality show, but like a commentary show.
that'd be something else.
Right? That would be good.
That would be
FBK
something
just
else.
got her judge show.
Right.
Right? She just got
How
her judge show. Mm-hmm. Hey, it could be something.
Yeah, his wife needs to be on that show. I'm not entirely sure why they haven't brought her on yet. I think she should have been on last season. Um,
Yeah.
but okay, sure, producers. I don't know what they're doing. What are they trying to do?
I don't know what they're doing either, but I agree. She should have been on the show because not only does he troll Erika, but she trolls the hell out of Erika. And so I would way more be entertained by watching the wife troll Erika because it does give you a little cringe when men are too trolly with women. I'm kind of like, okay, Michael Rappaport, like chill out. But you know what I mean? Um, but I do love when the wife did it. Lauren, right?
Yeah,
She's
Lauren.
great, and she's beautiful, she's rich. They definitely should bring her on the show.
Yeah,
It's
she,
in this season too to really get at her. Oh, Holly, it's Ronald Richards is a I don't know what type of law he does. Maybe entertainment, I'm not sure. But Ronald Richards is a lawyer and he does a lot of reviews and commentary and recaps and he breaks down a lot of
she
legalese.
don't know who Ronald Richards is. What?
Yeah, Holly didn't. Um he breaks down a lot of like legal terminology and a lot of legalese that's going on, particularly with Erika Jayne and Tom Girardi's fraud cases, but also with Real Housewives across the board, with their different fraud stuff. He talks about Jen Shaw and like all of that stuff as well. So he's really big in that space. So that's who Ronald Richards is. He also used to do a lot of tours on like, he used to be on like Up and Adam a lot, and on, I even think he was on Sherelle's World. So yeah, he like makes the rounds.
Right. Yes. He is all in on the reality, specifically the reality. He's on the housewife stuff.
Yep.
It is a little creepy sometimes, but again, that's why his wife needs to be on the show.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Because
I agree.
I don't know who else they're going to bring on. I don't think. Who else is coming on that show? Let's be honest.
I'm concerned that they haven't announced an official cast yet. And I can't remember, do they only announce once they've been filming?
Usually, yeah. I mean, because now is when we see all the rumors like, well, they haven't even started filming yet. So once they start filming, then people will start taking photos, seeing them out, and it's like, oh, so-and-so's filming. And then the rumors start going, and it's like, are they going to be full-time? And da-da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Are they really bringing Crystal back?
Allegedly, word on the street, they're bringing Crystal back, and then one of the women, sorry, I'm trying to be better, one of the women in the 14 friend circle, who she like, this is a thing. I don't know if they should bring one in that she's still friends with, or one that she had a falling out with. Because I don't know if we need Crystal to have somebody going at her, or if we need to like give Crystal a bone and give her an ally.
Well, I thought that woman who was married to the Brit, I thought she was one of the 14 friends. The one who no longer is going to be on the show.
Oh, Ida.
Yeah, I thought
Ida Fields, yeah.
Them, right? I don't know.
Do we know why she bowed out? I mean, I have my own conspiracy theory, not to toot my own horn, but toot. I think when we started being like, because this is the thing, when they said Ida Field is coming out, I did my little research and I did a couple of lives, and I was like, I know exactly why she's coming on the show. She's coming on the show to get divorced. Duh. She's no longer having sex with Robbie. There's problems going on in that situation, and we're all talking about it. And then literally the next day it was just like, she's not coming to the show. I was like, she couldn't handle the smoke already.
I don't know. I thought she was coming on because it was in the press how he sold 4 houses in 3 months, and I'm like, oh, do they
Sounds
have
like divorce
or a divorce? Oh, true,
a divorce or money problems.
So I thought, okay, well, it makes
or
sense.
Both. Maybe the money problems led to the divorce, because people get divorced for 2 reasons: money and sex, right? Or those are like the top 2. She's already confirmed that they're not having sex. So is he. That to me is also a huge red flag. When people are in the media, like being self-deprecating, like, oh, our bedroom is just like it's a universal place now for all the kids and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you're telling on yourself too much, boo-boo. When you're actively in public on podcasts and interviews, basically saying your sex life is dead, on to the next. Because that's the biggest sign. When it becomes public, imagine all the private hell they've already gone through. I think they're probably gonna head for divorce. And she was coming onto the show to have a platform, do a jumpstart to her career, and probably head for divorce skis.
Well, yeah, that's, too bad for her. No, I don't know who else they can bring on. I mean, do they need a lot of other? I don't think they really need to bring it. Well, because they're only really getting rid of Diana, right? I think that's what we know for sure. Is that
Diana and Rinna?
Oh yeah. So that'll bring it down to 6 women, which, I mean, 6 works. I think the dynamic's strong enough where there's enough beef, but there's enough. I don't know.
Let's think about it. There's Erika, Kyle, Garcelle, Sutton, Crystal and Crystal's friend. So that's 6.
Oh. So without
Right?
friend, that's only 5.
Without Crystal's friend, there's only 5 that we know.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Garcelle, Sutton, Kyle, Dorit, Erika.
Oh,
Oh,
Dorit. Did I count Dorit? Maybe
well,
did I miss Dorit? But what's going on with Ding Dong Dorit?
right. I guess we don't. I guess
I
the
guess we
rumor
don't know.
to be demoted. I don't think Dorit needs to be demoted, though.
This is the thing. I've said this so many times because, like, it's visceral to me. Like, I'm so serious. If they bring Dorit back in any capacity, I need the Mauricio cheating allegation to be addressed. Because if they don't, they are pulling a Robin and Giselle of Potomac, where there is the juiciest, biggest actual storyline ever that they're going to sit and play in our faces like it doesn't exist. You can't have this rumor and not address it, and just the one liner at the reunion is not enough.
Well, I think the producers they gave a nod to us last season as well when PK and Mauricio were like, "Oh, who would you do if it's not your wife?" Because it's like you didn't need to
Yep.
put that there. They didn't need to include that. And when Mauricio said Dorit, I was like,
Yep.
I was like, uh-oh.
Yep.
So look, I'm not one of those people. I don't know if I believe it, but a lot of people do.
I this is how I land on it. I don't know if 100% they were or are having an active affair. But I do think that there is a sexual tension and an attraction, bare minimum, 100% from Dorit to Mauricio. I think Mauricio would flirt with, I think he's so high as a kite. I
No,
think he just flirts with anything that moves, guy, girl, this, that, the third, whatever. He's just like down for whatever. But I think Dorit caught feelings. Do I think they ever have had sex? I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
oh
Do
my.
I think Dorit wants to have sex? Yes, because the only reason why I really thought that is that clip where she smells him. I'm telling you, the way she touched him, she acted like he was the only one in the room. She smelled him in front of her own husband, in front of his wife. She smelled him like they just got done having fabulous sex just together on their own personal island. And the way she looked and the way she smelled him was so intimate. And it was also a type of sexual intimacy. I'm sorry, that's what really got me. Nothing else. They have a flirtation, blah, blah, blah. Not even that she kissed him. It was the way she smelled him. It was a certain type of sexual intimacy. That's when I was just like, girl, oh, all your slips are showing now, girl. So do I think they actually had sex? I don't know. But do I think that the energy is there? 100%.
Damn.
And they were caught flirting at where were they? I forgot. Was it Aspen? Because wasn't Mauricio the only guy there? And they were
Right.
flirting at the end of the table when she was like, "Oh, is this what I ordered?" And he's like, "Yeah, you got the chicken." And she's like, "Mo, I want to get the chicken." Like, I was like, girl, I was like, if that was my man, she and I would have a problem. I would have got right between them, and I was just like, I think you got the fish because you're starting to smell, boo boo. Like, you got to get up out of here.
Oh,
She, And then remember when her and Kyle were beefing in Aspen after
right.
the whole Erika thing, and Dorit basically was just like, "You're having a breakdown. Why are you crying like a child?" She was having no energy for it. And then Maurice, then Mauricio got up and was like, "Hey guys, like, chill out. We all are really friends. Let's just calm down." Dorit flipped like a sociopath. She went from don't F with you, Kyle, to I know, baba, baby, baba, I know. Oh. I was like her boyfriend just put her all the way in check because she flipped.
Her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend checked her. He got her all the way in check. Go back and watch that scene. Dorit's energy 100% changes. when Mauricio gets up and has that bass in his voice and he's like, ladies, and she's like, okay.
Oh
Okay, Bubba.
man.
Okay, Bubba.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no. I mean, I like her on the show because she's so delusional and it's quite hilarious, at least to me, just because we know their real situation and it's not what it appears. I love
Mm-hmm.
bringing, you know, does Camille want to be on the show?
Yes, I think she does, and I want them to bring Camille back.
I
I I personally really love Camille. She's a sweetheart. I've met her a couple of times in real life, and she
oh
is a sweetheart. Yeah, I did a digital series with her daughter Mason,
okay.
and she is lovely. She's lovely. She was really, really lovely during the whole thing. She hung out with us and talked to us. Mason was a sweetheart. She was great. Yeah, like Camille was really nice. She wasn't pretentious or anything like that. She was really down to earth and super sweet.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fine with her. And honestly, I think if they bring Camille on, I don't think we need much else. I don't think we need anything else. I
I would
think
love if
keep
they brought Camille on.
if they keep everyone, bring Camille on, I do think that Lisa
Mhm.
Vanderpump is going to make a cameo.
Yes! I
Be-
hope so.
well, because isn't Garcelle going to appear on this new season of Vanderpump Rules?
Yep, with Oliver, because her
Right.
son has
Yeah.
the role on the show.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Garcelle and Sutton, like if the scene opens and it's like them two eating somewhere and then and, and then the camera pans to like pink shoes walking over and then it's like who's that and then it's
Mhm.
like voila. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they did that and then they take a selfie and then Kyle's like what the hell you guys ate at
What's
her.
happening?
So I don't see why that couldn't happen and then Camille can bring up Dorit's fakeness and she can
Mhm.
the Sutton and Garcelle team. Crystal can go, I think.
Crystal can go. She doesn't need anything. But when LVP comes back, she has to make some reference to a crown. Like we
Yeah.
need her wearing a tiara. We need somebody giving her a crown. We need her and Garcelle playing with crowns with each other. Like, girl, like, I fix your crown, you fix my crown. Like, we two
Oh,
queens, crown. You know what I mean? Like, that's the moment I want. Cause like
or like Lisa taking the crown off
and
of
like
her.
passing it to Garcelle. Like, I need a moment, where Garcelle and LVP are playing with the crowns.
And honestly, Kyle can go. I'm sorry, like
Kyle can go.
because it's so great. Like what was it last night when you were on live and
Mm-hmm.
you were talking about Kyle and
Yes.
she is like it's it's embarrassing
Yep.
at this point. Like she has changed so much because in
Yep.
the seasons I believe her. I believe that she was that girl who was like, yeah, I don't have all the money in the world, but whatever. And she
Mhm.
was happy with what she had. I believe that. And then, the fame took over. I think that she
Yeah.
shot herself in the foot season after season because she's not a particularly strong character. She's not
It's not.
funny. She's not witty. She has no one-liners or she has no, catchphrases.
Mhm.
But Lisa Vanderpump has all of those things. And to go against her every season, season after season, it's like, Kyle, you're forcing the audience to choose and they're not choosing you.
Absolutely not. Because the thing with about Kyle is you're 100% right. Like, she gets her shine with who she's attached to. She's really good in duos. Like, when her and LVP were actually friends, I really enjoyed Kyle. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think vile Kyle. I didn't dislike Kyle. I thought Kyle was a fun vibe time because the way she would have the banter with LVP, because LVP carried it and she was a good foil to it. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I think that was really good for her then. But I think the problem with Kyle's is she hitched her wagon to the wrong people. Like when she did not defend Kim in Amsterdam, and she
Oof.
was on Lisa Rinna's side, it took a couple of years, it took a couple of seasons, but guess where we are now? Do you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And she hitched herself to the wrong ride. And if she would have defended her sister, like even if behind the scenes she was like Kim, blah 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 blah, but in public, if she would have had her sister's back, just it's literally like a it's an animalistic thing where it's like survival, where it just seems against nature to see somebody go against their blood. She really lost us with that. You know what I mean? She really
Yeah.
lost us. And then when she had the opportunity to show her loyalty to LVP, when again our favorite person, Lisa Rinna, and her little henchmen were going after her with Puppygate, again, when LVP was mourning the death of her brother when she was down, because that's the only way they got LVP out was because they went after her when she was at a very, very vulnerable time. But that's what predators they do. They go after prey when they are vulnerable. So they went after her when she was very vulnerable. If Kyle had stood by LVP, that would have been a moment for her to become a fan favorite. We would have been rooting for Kyle. We would have had her back with LVP and all of that. But again, she hitched her ride to the wrong person. And it's
Yes.
funny because, again, Andy Cohen, tone deaf, thought that for whatever reason, we would go against LVP with Puppygate. And we were like, are you kidding me? LVP was set up. Now, does LVP have her own moments where she probably leaks stuff? Sure. Is she shady at times? Sure. Does she does she have her moments? Of course, we're human and she's shady and all of that stuff. But what happened with that situation? She was done dirty. That's why we still go big for LVP because we saw how dirty she was. That's when hashtag Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Mean Girls was born.
Right.
Because of that. And that's how the Faux Fox 5 came to be, because they all got together to take down LVP. It was Erika, Teddy, Kyle, Dorit, and Lisa Rinna. And that's where they became the Faux Fox 5. Because Teddy was around during that time because she was
She
one of
sure.
the originals for the Faux Fox 5.
Oh, Teddy. I
Mhm.
just and see, and Kyle, all she really, because we used to earlier on, we used to like Kyle. Like I thought she was fun. I thought she was. I actually thought, but see, it's like we look back now, we're like, oh, wait a minute, we were
Mhm.
wrong. I know I was wrong.
Yes.
And when she was in that limo scene, at first I was like, okay, Kyle, I'm on your side because I can't imagine trying to deal with your sister with addiction problems. But now we're like, wait a minute,
Yep.
why are you acting like that knowing she has addiction problem? It's like it's completely turned. And now I'm like, oh, Kyle, you have like the meanness.
Yep.
And but it's so crazy. We've seen the meanness since day one. Since the first episode when she's screaming at Kim like, you need to choose where you need to live. And it's like,
Mhm.
whoa, why are you this mad?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my, like I have to rewatch from the beginning because it's such a different light now.
Mhm.
All
And
these
then
shows.
all these shows, and it's such a it was such a like a come to Jesus moment when everything came full circle. Because again, in Amsterdam, remember when Kim was talking to Kyle and she's like, "Shush, Kyle," and she was like, "Kathy would have my back like a real sister would." And
Mm-hmm.
then fast forward to the last season's finale, not the season, the reunion. And Kathy got on the show and she looked Rinna dead in her eye. And she said, "You've done it to all these women." And she said, "You did it to Kim." And when she said Kim's name, I was like, yes, that is what a real sister does. They look the person who is bullying you in the eye and says, "Not on my watch. Back off, my sister." And Kathy had her back. And I also loved Kathy because Kathy was apologizing to Kyle the entire season. She came over and did the whole Ponderosa thing and was hugging her, and Kyle would not accept it. Remember
Mm.
when Kyle shut the door when she walked out and she goes, "F my life"?
Right. Yeah.
I was like, "Excuse me, miss? You sit here and you have, quote, anxiety and panic attacks about how your family hates you and how Kathy is never nice to you and all this stuff. But then when the truth came out, Kathy was like, I call you all the times and you don't even answer my call. And then Kyle was in the confessional, was like, yeah, I don't want to deal with her, so I don't answer it. She's going to complain about something. It's like, no, Kyle, she's having a conversation with you. She's telling you about her life and her day. It's not complaining. It's a conversation. Like if my sister calls me and it's like, hey, Candy, this what happened to me today. I'm like, oh, girl, I'm not like, oh, my sister's calling me, she's complaining. I'm like, oh, how can I support you? How can I talk to you? Like, yeah, tell me about your day. What's going on? I don't ignore my sister's call. And then when the cameras are rolling, cry and boo-hoo like I'm a victim.
Yeah, I don't know. Does she think that we are on her side? She isn't that stupid because she reads these comments and she sees everyone is against her.
Yeah, that's why she's losing her damn mind, because Mauricio is banging Dorit, and because she finally realized we don't like you, boo-boo, and that's why she's out here taking those Ozempic shots, looking like a freaking scarecrow, having a breakdown. Girl, you better get your life.
But you know what? All she needs to do, and we all know she won't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I think if she this season was so just honest, and like, oh, these shots or whatever pill or whatever, and was like, this was not a good choice, and I'm down in the dumps. I think she could get so much support just being honest.
Yep.
I think she could turn it around so easily, and it'd be such great character development for her, because I don't know, because she's been breaking down more and more as these seasons have gone on.
Yep.
Like she's crying all the time, screaming at everybody. This season coming up, she has no friends, like real, like, even show friends. Garcelle can't be bothered. Sutton can't be bothered. Erika is like, maybe so. And Dorit is even kind of drifting away because Kyle's been acting toward Dorit.
Because she's just sleeping with her husband. That's gonna cause some tension.
So he really needs to just be vulnerable for once. And you know
why Kyle can't be vulnerable is because Kyle cannot take accountability. Every time something happens, it's always somebody else's fault or what people are doing to Kyle. When does she ever really apologize? When does she ever? Because we saw the mask slipping even at the reunion when Ding Dong Dorit was like, Kyle, she's just saying, can you see your role in it too? And then she stopped crying and she shot like the daggers at Dorit. Like, what? Like, stop, Dorit. No, I'm just talking to her. And I was like, oh, I thought you were having a panic attack, Kyle. Oh, but you conveniently in the middle of your panic attack, you can stop to like shut Dorit down because she just said, can you just acknowledge your part? And that's the problem with Kyle. That's why we don't connect to her, because she doesn't show her humanity. Crying is not humanity. Having these attacks, that's not humanity. If she was crying and she was like, you know what? I'm crying because I know I messed up. And I know the part I played in this. I know the role I played. That's what we can really attach ourselves to. But just her having these breakdowns, it's like, girl, bye. You're 54. That is not cute.
Yeah, it's too much, and it's almost almost sad to watch at this point, because it's just like, how far can you really take this? Are you gonna cut everybody off? Because I don't know. Is she talking to Kim?
No, because remember, everything is blurring. But remember when Kim's daughter, not Brooke, but her other daughter, had her baby shower? Kyle was there to prep, but she was not there at the actual party. And then wasn't it Nikki's birthday? I think she wasn't invited to. And then Kathy had all the holiday parties, this, that, and the third. Kim was there, but Kyle wasn't.
Right. That's the event where everyone was commenting like,
Yep.
where is oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, she's really throwing everything away for fame. Because it's
Yeah.
not really about the money at this point. It's the
Exactly. It's for the fame.
and that's wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's outrageous to me.
Yep.
Is it worth it?
It's not. It's really not because it's like it just doesn't make any sense. Like doing all that stuff to your body, who knows what effects that's going to have. You know, rest in peace is it Priscilla Presley who just passed away?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or is it Lisa Marie? Lisa Marie.
Oh.
Yeah, Lisa Marie. Priscilla's the mom. Yeah, Lisa Marie Presley just passed away, and they're looking into that because she had lost a ton of weight for the premiere of Elvis, and there was like speculation was she taking Ozempic? You know, because
Oh.
she was
Goodness.
healthy, you know, she wanted to get really thin. She lost a ton of weight, and then she had the heart attack, and so
Mm,
they're like, what caused that? You know, so it's like we don't know what the effects of these drugs are and that she's putting in
true.
her body. And she looks like a wackadoodle. Her eyes are all over the place, darting all the time. She's having a mental breakdown. She's
Mm-hmm.
having some type of breakdown. And I don't personally don't think it's worth it. I think Mauricio probably is not around. I bet you he's traveling a lot for business. I think he pops in to film scenes while he's wearing the agency hat. You know what I mean? You know, convenient wearing an agency t-shirt. Let's be honest, that's why he was in Aspen, because every other word out of the mouth was, you know, this is our 4.25 house in Aspen and blah, blah, blah. And this is the guest house that has 5 guest rooms. Oh, shocker, once it's airing. Oh, wow, it's up. It's on the market now and they're selling it. Oh, really convenient. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, we see through you. The work is so showing. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, he probably is traveling a lot because the agency is surprisingly, it's very large
mm-hmm.
in multiple countries.
Worldwide.
Yeah, I was like so quick, but that's just
Yep.
the quote unquote fraud rumors,
Mhm.
rumor,
They're
but
not rumors. He's literally
or allegations. Excuse me, allegations.
allegations. Yes, they're allegations because
Yeah.
he is going to court. He has multiple lawsuits against him
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to court in LA, I think in a couple months. Like I forgot what I was watching, but they had all the court dates up because a couple of people are suing him.
Yes.
His old client is suing him, and then also a broker is suing him as well that he
The,
defrauded doing his fraud,
the
alleged fraud.
broker who was representing a person who was going to
Yep.
buy a house
Yep.
for a higher price, but then he turned it down. It's so
Yep.
yeah, he is something.
He
But
is.
yeah, woo. So I don't know what they just
And
bring Camille on so she can bring out all the secrets
yeah.
because we know she'll do it. And it's so poor Kyle. I almost feel bad. I almost feel bad.
The thing about Kyle that I can't feel bad about is that she does it to herself.
Well,
And
right.
this is the thing. She thought she was using Lisa Rinna all of these years, but Lisa Rinna was using her all of these years. Lisa Rinna to me is still just so failure to launch. Like she's always been so thirsty to be the HBIC, to wear the crown. She thought she could do it, you know, by buttering up to Kyle, but it's just she's been used so much, but I don't feel bad for her for being used because she thought she was using other people. She
True.
would have had no problem jumping on the bandwagon with Lisa and everybody else against Kim, with Lisa and everybody else against Vanderpump, with Lisa and everybody else against Denise, with Lisa and everybody else against Eden, with Lisa and everybody else against Yolanda. When has Kyle ever been on the right side of history?
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Not once.
Never, not once. She's been able to coast, because she's an OG. Because I do think that even though she's never been a fan favorite or a lead, Kyle is an anchor for the show. At least she used to be. I don't think she's an anchor anymore, but I
Right.
do think she was an anchor. How do you know Kyle? Kyle's having this. She's been a central person for it. She has been an anchor for the show. I'm not going to knock that. She has been.
And
Uh,
she's vetted by the producers
yeah.
for now, but that her producer is now gone. So I'm wondering, is
Mm-hmm.
her look a little bit different? Are they gonna show? I don't know. Are they gonna show her at home by herself all season long? Because that's only gonna fuel more discussion. Is there gonna be, I don't know, arguments between her? Like do they have a whole bunch of footage of arguments that they just cut out? Like
I
who knows?
don't know. Who knows? Who
So
knows? I
I don't
think Kyle lives in a. The reason why I think Kyle is spiraling is because I think that the cracks in her delusions are becoming bigger, that she can no longer hide in the delusion. I think she's been happily delusional about her marriage and everything else for a while. Like even on the show, the one time they almost hinted at his cheating allegations with LVP and Brandy and like the tabloids and all that, that
Mhm.
got shut down.
It
But that
did.
was huge. And then they
It
never talked about him ever again.
never talked about it. And I remember when I was watching that and I was like, that would never happen. He's not cheating on her, because that's how they edited it to seem.
Yep.
And so now I really got to do a rewatch because I'm like, oh my
Right?
God, all of the, it's so, wow. Okay.
And the thing is, it wasn't like those cheating allegations was a one-off.
Right. Mm-hmm.
No, he's had years and multiple. And they've been on the show. They're coming into their 13th, 14th season. And you're telling me that entire time, over a decade, he's only had one cheating allegation? Come on now. Come on. He's had multiple cheating allegations. I know a girl here in LA. We're not friends or anything. I met her at some gig I was doing, and she was one of the like waitresses, catering people. Remember they used to have those white parties?
Right.
She was like the
They're
catering companies, they hire servers who are like aspiring actors,
like a,
aspiring models. She was one of those chicks, and she told me that he was very, very flirtatious with all of the staff.
oh my.
So this is a first-hand account. She
Oh no.
told me that he was very flirtatious with all of the staff. And then I thought to the scene. Remember they had the white party and they had that drunk girl who was all over Mauricio in the
Oh,
ear when he was
girl.
dancing with like Sophia or something, and
Right.
Kyle lost her damn mind and was like, "Get off my husband," and was like knocking her out or something, and the
Mhm.
woman was still
I
trying
remember.
to touch Mauricio.
Mm-hmm. I remember
And you
that.
want to tell me that's a secure, happy, healthy relationship? Okay.
Oh wow. So you think it was going on even prior to that scene?
Oh yes. I think she knows he steps out. And don't forget, there was also allegations that she stepped out too. Remember, it was those guys who said that they didn't know who she was? This was like years ago. They said that they didn't know who she was. She would come to New York, and whenever time she came to New York, she would hit this guy up for sex. And
What?
he didn't know who she was until he found out it was Paris Hilton's aunt.
What in the world? Wait a minute. What?
Yes. You don't remember this?
No.
Let me see. Keep talking about something. Let me see if I can find this receipt real quick.
Oh
Let me see if I
wow.
can find this. I did a whole deep dive on this with receipts and everything. Mauricio.
What? Oh, I gotta.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that then. Oh, Kyle. Yeah. I don't know, and it's not that surprising to me that he would step out though. Because he is handsome enough and he has all this money, so
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, I'm sure these young girls are, I mean, probably not in his house, but I'm sure he
Okay, I found it.
goes one to the next. Okay.
Okay, this is from celebbuzz.com. Okay, it says, I live in Dallas and I've seen him out walking through the. Okay, that's Mauricio. We already know about Mauricio. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go to Kyle's
Oh,
one.
so he's been seen in Dallas too?
Yep. Oh, here we go. Now it says maybe he wasn't technically cheating. Years before the show started, my good friend in college would go to the city and hook up with quote Paris Hilton's aunt Kyle, the DM read. We didn't think anything about her at the time, didn't know she was married, etc. But every time she'd come to New York, she'd call him. When the show aired, I was truly shocked. This was around 2005, 2007, by the way. And then there was also the allegations about Mauricio and Kendra Wilkinson, because Kendra works at the agency now, doesn't she?
Yes.
There was questions about her, and there was also allegations about Mauricio. And do you watch Selling Sunset?
Yes.
Do you know that girl Vanessa? She's
Really?
boring as hell. She's really
can
boring
see
to me. I know why she's on the show. She's beautiful. She was a soap star. Yeah. Boring as hell. But there was also allegations that Mauricio and her were having an affair, and that's one reason why she left the agency.
I didn't know she worked at the agency.
It was Vanessa. It says it right here. Same rumor with Vanessa Viola from Selling Sunset. ... Why she left the agency, the source said.
I didn't know
They have been in an open relationship. Dana concluded, there's no way this is all, quote, cheating is going on, not in Kyle's town. Yeah, this is from Celeb Buzz.
Shut up.
Right? Not in Kyle's town. Not in Kyle's town.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
this is from celebbuzz.com.
I had no idea that Vanessa worked at the agency.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
And then she's on Selling Sunset, the real estate. This is all according to Celeb Buzz. You know, I can do some fact checking, but yeah.
Oh my goodness. I believe it. Honestly, I really
right?
do. I just imagine them just speaking Spanish and going at it.
Yeah. A bravo, a brivo, regado, whatever.
Oh God, that's stupid. That's just
take the shot. Shut up.
Oh.
Yeah, wow. I did a deep dive in Mauricio and Kyle's cheating stuff. I did a deep dive into it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my, that's
why I was like, give me 2 seconds. Here we go.
Yeah. That is insane.
I was like, give me 2 seconds. I got this. Because I was like, I remember this.
I wonder if he's doing it with anyone in his current office. Like, which wouldn't surprise me, but I wonder if
probably
are they on the show? Like, have they made a cameo? Like, I just wonder.
I watched Buying Beverly Hills. I don't think anybody that made a cameo, because it was really all about those little kids. And then that weird middle-aged man. You know what I mean? I was like, this is so bizarre. It was like Ben was like 45 or something.
Yeah.
Bald, and then he was like beefing with like the 20-year-old. I was like, I'm confused, but
it was.
I was like, all right, whatever. Do you, boo boo?
Oh,
but yeah. Wow. I bet he does. I mean, I'm sure he has a side piece there, if not a couple.
That is crazy. Do the $1 Million Listing twins still work at the agency?
Oh, I have no idea.
They're not twins. I'm sorry. They're Brits.
Oh, those two guys? Oh, I don't know.
I wonder. I mean, I guess I don't know. I was just like, because weren't they supposed to have a show?
They should. They're interesting. They're interesting. I mean, they're interesting enough.
Oh, really?
Oh.
But I thought they were going to have their own show.
Ooh.
Like that's why they left this. That's why they left $1 Million Listing, is what I thought.
Maybe they got put on pause or something. I don't know.
They're all supposed to have a show. Ryan Serhant is supposed to have a show, allegedly.
Oh wow.
Supposedly, but
yeah.
And who else? Lisa Rinna's supposed to have a show. Please.
Oh, Lisa Rinna is out here. I'm actually doing a live on her tomorrow. I gotta pull it together. It's called Single White Female. Because I've just noticed how much she keeps trying to morph into other people.
Into the
now she's trying to morph into her daughter, Amelia.
Oh.
Did you see her on the runway? Her runway look? Looked exactly like her daughter Amelia. And why is Lisa Rinna on any runway in any world in any place? I'm super confused. Leave the modeling gigs for your daughter. Why are you also trying to morph into her? You couldn't morph into Chris. You couldn't morph into Chloe. You couldn't morph into Kim. Now you're trying to morph into Amelia. Stop. You wonder why your daughter has all these problems. If my mother was trying to become me, I would have a huge problem with it. Shout out to my mom. I love you, mom. My mom is like what you think about a mom. She's like soft and fun and like smells like cookies. Like she's the best. You know what I mean? If my mom was like, oh, I couldn't imagine it. Gross. Like, leave your daughters alone. Let them live.
Yeah, but none of them really come out with none of them actually make it with their show. Like, remember when Tamara first got kicked off of the show? She was supposed to have her own show.
They always say that.
Jackson, Brittany.
I always think they're trying to manifest it. If I speak it, it will happen. Well, I don't, let me not say that because I actually believe in manifestation. But like, you know what I mean? I was like, let me not jinx myself because I'm manifesting a few things over here, okay?
But no, all of them they're always like, yeah, I have so many opportunities. And Kelly Dodd was supposed to have her own show. Like,
oh God, Kelly Dodd is right here on YouTube, right along with me.
Right.
Me and Kelly, we on YouTube getting the YouTube coins. Me and Kelly Dodd, yes, we are.
Yeah, what exactly are they doing for money? Because he doesn't work for Fox anymore.
They're doing YouTube and Patreon and their podcast, just like everybody else.
But that's not paying all their bills, is it?
I don't know. Maybe I don't.
Maybe
they have savings. Maybe they have different endorsement deals. They're always endorsing like tequila or something on their show. Tequila. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, they're always endorsing some type of alcohol on their show. So maybe they're doing like endorsement deals. Or didn't Kelly have oh no, they kicked her out of that business. Remember she had that water business?
Please.
But they kicked her out because she was being racist about Black Lives Matter. And they kicked her out. Yeah.
I remember that water thing. I was just like, Kelly, please stop. Like,
yeah, I don't know what she's doing for money. Yeah, it's not enough for like a full time. So I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's strange. Okay, Kelly, and I don't know. Maybe enough people subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think she's there yet. Like I know some people with like 100K, a $250,000. Yeah, that's full time YouTube money. Like you could be fine with that.
Yeah.
But I don't think Kelly's there yet with her and Rick. I think maybe she's at like, I don't know. But I don't know what they're doing for money. I have no idea. Because, yeah, he got fired too. And they try to act like this is such a blessing. I'm like, no, he just got fired and he lost income.
How is it a blessing? She's making cooking videos and talking trash about the housewives of. I mean,
honestly, it's what they all do. I mean, even look at Bethany. Bethany is not worried about a coin. She has a lot of money. I'll give her that. She's definitely made her fortune. And Bethany still chooses to do a podcast about the housewives. Bethany could have done a podcast literally about anything. Woman entrepreneurship, business, I don't know, business 101.
Who would
philanthropy, blah, 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 blah. Exactly. So I just think it's so funny how she acts like she's above it, but yet every word out of her mouth is housewife, bravo, bravo, housewife.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it should be. I mean, I'd be curious to hear some of her commentary about other franchises or old New York scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a good avenue for her to go on. But not for Kelly Dodd, because I don't think people care enough about her. I don't think people care enough about Kelly to subscribe. No. Do people care?
No, I don't think people care about Kelly's opinion like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she could have like a spinoff and survive. Like Bethany had a cute little spinoff for a few seasons, and it was actually watchable.
Yeah.
But there are very few that can do that. No one on... You know who would do good with a spinoff, I think, would be Sutton and Garcelle. They could have a spinoff.
They could have a spinoff. That
Like
would be a
running around
fun
LA.
Kiki. LA. And then what they would do is like every episode, they would have a really great, like, famous person cameo. You know, like Jennifer Tilly can come and Kathy Hilton can come, and because they know a lot of people. Jamie Foxx could pop up for Garcelle. Like really fun, cool stuff like that. Almost like a variety show, but like not a variety show. It's like them having fun doing their thing in LA, and then they happen to run into their like celebrity friends. Like, I would be down for that shit. Like, I would love that.
Like a fun, that's like a half-hour show.
Yes.
Fun.
It would be so fun. They need to get Jennifer Coolidge on an episode just because, like, I feel like Jennifer Coolidge is having the ultimate moment. And I would just love to see her with people. I think that would be really fun. Like, that's a show I would love to watch. I need to put together a pitch deck right now.
Yes. Because what happened to Luann and Sonya's spinoff?
Good question.
Did that ever film?
I don't know. But it was supposed to be like, I don't even know the name of the people. Bethel and Ethel.
They were gonna.
Laverne and Shirley.
I think they were gonna like get jobs, right?
Yeah, it was something like the
Simple Life.
15-year-old Simple Life.
Which honestly I think would be fun. Like they were gonna go to Wyoming or something.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is Luann is pissed at Jill for messing up that reboot coin.
Ugh. I don't know what Bravo is.
Jill?
Like, what are they really doing?
No idea.
Like, they can have the reboot, I guess, if you... Like, they should have just called it The Real Girl... Like, you know how they did that Real Girlfriends of Paris show?
Yeah.
Which was okay, I guess. They should have just called it Real Girlfriends in New York because...
I agree.
And then just keep these people on. Honestly, I think for the new season, they could have kept I think they could have kept everyone. And honestly, I would have been fine if Ramona came back.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know, what did Ramona do that everybody's so up in arms about?
Well, according to Heather Thompson and Ebony, she was like, see, this is why we don't have Black people on the show. She did act crazy at that Shabbat dinner when they went to Jersey. I thought that was actually quite hilarious. I mean, it was cringy, but it was hilarious. I think they could have kept Bershawn. I think they could have kept Ebony, honestly. And add someone else. Bring Dorinda back. I think it could have worked.
Yeah.
But the show, they're like, Bravo is trying to like do the diversity thing, but they don't have anyone diverse on the back end.
Exactly.
So it comes off like this. It just looks stupid. It's just ugh.
They also did a misstep with Leah. I don't think Leah should have ever been a Real Housewife. I was very confused by that casting.
Well,
I was very confused by that casting. I think they were trying to get a younger demographic.
Right.
But Leah never was even a housewife. She was never married.
Yeah, she was just weird.
It was just very bizarre to me. I don't think she ever did it. And I also think it was a misstep saying like Ebony's coming through Leah because they thought, oh, Leah's young, she must be liberal. But we're like, no, we have a thing called Google. And Leah, although she's playing a part on the show, acting like she's some liberal, blah, 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 she's actually extremely conservative.
Right. Yeah. Well, she and then she like was bragging like, oh, I voted third party. I was like, oh, you're so cute, Leah. Like you did nothing. But yeah, that's how Bravo does stuff. They're all like, oh, let's just add this random Black lady to the cast. Yep. Because apparently, supposedly, Ebony only got on the show because originally they were going to have Bershawn, but supposedly she was trying to play hardball with the contract. I was like, how you playing hardball when no one knows you?
Yeah, I still don't know who Brashawn is. And to be honest, I didn't like her.
Oh, I thought she was okay.
I
She
didn't like her. You know
off
why I didn't like her? Because she gave me too many pick me vibes.
right,
Like,
yeah.
I get it that Ebony, her whole Black History dinner was kind of a bust. Like, I don't know who told her to do that dinner. I don't know who told her that was cool. I'm Black, and I was like, I'm bored to hell. Can they just take some shots and get wasted and pass out and have Sonya flip a tape? I don't know, something. Like, I was bored as hell. I was like, I don't need a Black History class on the Real Housewives of New York. Like, this
Right.
isn't that. Like, I don't know to do that, and I totally get that. However, also as a Black woman, I found it very, very disheartening to see the way Brashawn was so dismissive and so poo-pooing of Ebony. And it looked like to me to be in favor of the other women and to sort of like be picked and chosen by them. It seemed very like she wanted to be the token. Like, if you're gonna like one of us, it's gonna be me. And that's the vibe I got from her, and that's why I didn't like her. Because, like, I get it, Ebony, it was boring as hell, but there was no need to be disrespectful and sort of shame her about it in a way that made it feel like she was laughing at her with the other girls.
That's very true. Also, did you see when like early like well no, like midway through the season when Bershawn's eviction notice got leaked?
See, that's why.
And I was like, and then I looked up the apartment because I was like,
No,
oh,
you did not.
and because it had the apartment number and everything. I was like, oh well, let me look it up.
Right.
So that apartment was on the market. How come that apartment was a freaking construction, like no floors, no you should have
No.
seen the listing photos. The listing photos were renderings. They only do that in New York and LA when the apartment or the house is a bunch of nothing. So I was like, what were you living in?
What? And she had the audacity to come for Ebony's neck?
Yeah, I was like, Brashawn, you live in, like, did you even have a certificate of occupancy in that apartment?
Wow.
You
She was giving
evicted for,
very Kenya Moore vibes.
like, pretending to be rich.
Not even the pretending to be rich part, the pick me vibes.
Oh,
I did a whole live on this, and then we even talked about it earlier today because I guess Kenya Moore was also very rude to Gertie at BravoCon.
really?
Yes, and I was like, I believe it 100% because this tracks. Kenya Moore is, oh my gosh, like, she came after Ebony and said Ebony kept playing is playing their race card,
I
and she
remember
was
that.
big upping Luann and big upping, and then she was big upping Kyle, and
Oh,
again,
God.
and went after Garcelle, saying Garcelle was playing the race card.
That too. Mm-hmm.
Remember? And then she also played Cynthia at the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip because she was trying to be chummy with Kyle and Lou and Melissa Gorga. And
Oh.
poor simple Cynthia. I mean, it's so easy to play her. She played her like a fiddle. Poor Cynthia. Played her like a fiddle. She wound her up because Cynthia's very codependent. So she just wound Cynthia up. It's gonna be you and me against the girls. And Cynthia's like, okay, best friend, we're gonna do it. And then when they got there and Kenya paid Cynthia dust, Cynthia was all in her feelings and was very childish and was like, I'm just jealous that you guys are friends and I'm not friends. Even though Cynthia is a whole 50, 51-cent-year-old woman boo-hooing on a girls' trip because Kenya doesn't want to play, hopscotch with you.
Oh.
It was a mess, but I felt bad for Cynthia because it was so clear because Kenya is very smart and very strategic, and she knows how to play people, and she played the hell out of Cynthia, and I felt really bad for her. And that's why Cynthia said after it, well, now our friendship isn't the same. Like, I guess you have work friends and you have real friends and all of that. And Cynthia and Kenya have never been the same since, as they shouldn't be. Because if you really go back and watch Ultimate Girls Trip, Kenya played the hell out of Cynthia. She disrespected her more than anybody else. Cynthia was having like the dinners and stuff, and Kenya came all late and had all a down attitude. Do you remember? And then when she's like, this is supposed to be your best friend. Like, if my best friend is hosting something, I'm early. I'm like, what do you need me to do? Let me help. You want me to make cocktails? What can I do? Blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm there to help. Kenya was there to take away Cynthia's shine. And she knew how to get at her because Cynthia has that codependent personality. Whoever Cynthia is, you know, beta to, that's who she's all in with. It used to be Nene. It used to be Peter. When she was on Big Brother, it was Carson Kessley.
Oh, I didn't watch that, but
yeah, Cynthia was out here losing her mind over Carson.
Wow.
And I was just like, Cynthia, you need some deep therapy, boo-boo. Then it was freaking Mike Hill who played her. All he wanted was a photo op for his book on rhobh.
Right.
You know?
So now she's going to come back to the show?
She's coming back as a friend of. Divorced again, coming back as a friend of. Yeah.
Divorced again.
I mean, it is what it is, right?
They need to bring some new people on Atlanta.
I agree.
Everyone needs to be fired. Everyone needs to go.
Yep. DGF is right. Rashawn was a thirsty try hard, not miss. Exactly. She was thirsty as hell.
True.
And like, I didn't like the way she treated Ebony because I like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Because sometimes I go to different like events and things, and sometimes I'm the only Black girl. I'm the only brown girl. And I've been in situations where there might be like another one of us, and instead of being like, hey girl, like let's like sit together and talk or whatever, it's like, oh no, well, da, 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 da. And it's like, oh, sorry. Do you know what I mean? And that it was giving me Kenya and Brashawn vibes, where they want to be like, if the white girls are going to be down with the Black girl, they want to be the Black girl they're down with.
Damn.
That is what it's giving to me. Yeah. I did a whole deep dive on Kenya, and her publicist got pissed and sent me a very wrong worded message in my Instagram account. She was very mad at me.
All that means is you said true things. That's all that means.
Yeah. And her publicist got pissed because I was saying true things about her too, because her publicist is dating Garcelle's ex-husband, Michael.
Oh, interesting.
And I said, because Michael had a history of cheating, which is why Garcelle broke up with him.
Right.
And then magically he was dating this woman, like right after. And I'm like, I'm sorry. My woman's intuition was like, beep, beep, beep. There's no way in hell this man was a serial cheater. And then he magically, in less than 6 months, met you and all of a sudden changed his ways. You knew you were the side chick.
Oh, wow.
Come on. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying this is truth or fact. She's already come for me once. Don't come for me again, sweetheart. Stay in your lane.
Wow. This world is so incestuous.
I'm just saying what my woman intuition is. If my friend had been married to a man and he had cheated on her with multiple women, and then the moment we get divorced, he's in a serious full-time relationship with someone, like literally the moment, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be like, you were sleeping with him when we were together, weren't you? That's just how I would feel. That's just what I would think. I could be wrong. I could be crazy, but a hit dog will holler. I don't know why this woman was in my DMs.
Well, probably true. That is insane.
Yeah. And she was all in her feelings. She was like, just because people aren't married doesn't mean you can't be in a happy monogamous relationship. And in my mind, I was like, I never said that. So you telling on yourself. That's what you're insecure about. You're insecure that he has never married you in the last 10 years you've been with him. You've been a girlfriend for a decade. That was your choice, sweetheart. I never said that you weren't in a happy monogamous relationship just because you've only been a girlfriend for a decade and he never married you. I didn't say that. That's what you said, because I actually don't think that way. I love a good Goldie Hawn Russell story. What's his name? Kurt Russell story.
Oh, right.
You know, I think people can be happy together and have a great relationship without getting married. Because I would never say that. I never said that. That's your insecurity showing. That's you projecting. I only talked about Kenya being a mess. And I only talked about the shady timeline between when Garcelle divorced her husband and when you got with him, knowing that he was a serial cheater. That's all I said. I never spoke about your relationship with him current day, but clearly you want the ring that he clearly is never going to give you.
Right, because they're not married now.
Exactly. Why would he marry you after a decade?
Yeah, there's no point.
No point. Because Garcelle's boys are like 15, 14 now.
Yeah.
And I think she divorced him in 2012, maybe? Like about 10 years ago. And they've been together for 10 years. See, do the math.
Oh, my.
Do the
This
math. Do the
so
math. Yeah,
crazy.
she was all, and then yeah. And it's funny because she's again, she's a beautiful, intelligent, Black, successful woman. Yeah. It's Kenya Moore's publicist.
Wow.
Yep, she's been dating Garcelle's ex-husband Michael.
I wonder if anyone even knows.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, I wonder if anyone else even really knows that.
I don't know, but I mean, you can Google it. What's her name? Let me see if I can find her name.
Oh God.
Yes. You know me. I'm like freaking Scooby-Doo over here.
So you're gonna get her to come back on into your comments and be like, "Oh, okay."
Girl, no. She needs to leave me all the way alone.
Wow.
I don't know if you can find it yet. Anyway, I did a whole deep dive on it.
Wow, that's insane.
It's on my channel, guys. Go and look it up.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. They need to fire everyone on Atlanta. Sorry, all them can go.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna fire Robin after this little.
I think so too, as they should.
I thought that they were gonna bring her back, but since they added this, it's like, all right, then there's no point. It's gonna be done.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? The whole like post reunion sit down with Andy.
Well,
like,
it makes sense.
It makes sense, but I think this is the thing. I think three things with that where I think Bravo is going to really piss me off. I'm going to tell you why. One, Bravo, you're pissing me off because why are you leaving it until March 5th? We're not going to see this quote sit down with Andy until a month from now. Bravo did a
part of this reunion.
Exactly.
Nothing happened.
It's at the end. Nobody's gonna. What? Bravo should be, instead of the Watch What Happens Live episode after the season finale of Potomac, this is when they should air the sit down with Andy and Robin, because this is when we are now talking about it. This is when it's trending. This is when we actually give a damn. That's when they should have it. They should have made it mandatory for Juan to be there as well, because I'm sure Juan isn't there. They also need to address the lawsuit he's in. They also need to address the additional allegations of the girlfriend. I don't care about cheating because I don't think he was cheating, because I don't think that they actually are in a real relationship. But I do want addressed her allegations that they go and find women and pass them around sexually. I do want addressed the rumor that his friend exposed himself sexually to her, expecting her to do a sexual favor on him. I want that addressed. And I want the lawsuit he's in addressed. And I also I want confirmation also, everyone who helped her hide it. We already know Giselle because she admitted it. I think Ashley, but I want confirmation on that. Like, are they going to ask the real questions? And then also, I want interactivity. It's 2023. Can they have some type of live chat going where we can actually call in or ask real questions in real time? Or is it just going to be this stale, pre-recorded nothing burger that I think it's going to be?
Well, I don't think they're going to do the live anything after that Miami season 1 reunion. Do you remember that?
What happened then?
Well, they did
I wasn't into Miami.
It was a live reunion, a live Watch What Happens Live. It was a raggedy disaster.
Oop.
So, and then Andy was literally like, "We're never doing this again." He literally said that. And I said, "Ooh, this doesn't work." I don't know how they do like those VH1 reunions where the editing is like kind of perfect with a live audience. I don't know how they do that, but no, Robin needs to. Yes, I do believe that in the reunion parts that they will address the lawsuit. I don't think they'll address it, in detail. I think that she'll just be like, yeah, they're fighting it, or yeah, it's an allegation and that's all.
Mhm.
I think that'll be
Yep.
it, at least out of her mouth. I don't think Juan will say a word because it'd be really, really weird if he did. I'd be like, you're talking about it? I don't think he's
Mhm.
going to say anything. I do think he'll end up being fired. I don't think the people at the top at the university will be fired. I think he will. Juan will be fired.
Yep. He'll be a fall guy.
And right, there's going to be no more income for them. I don't So you said this part's going
Mhm.
to come out March 5th because it's not going to come on
Yes.
next week.
Let me see. Let me
Does
see
that
because
mean
I
parts? That means
yeah.
parts.
Here. Wait, let me see.
A 3-part reunion for a season where nothing happened?
Yep. So this was according to TV Deets. And it says part 3, Sunday, March 5th. Andy has a special post reunion conversation with Robin and dives into Robin's bombshell admission that Juan was inappropriately communicating with another woman prior to their wedding. It's on Sunday, March 5th. It's a special post reunion conversation.
So
That's why I'm like, Bravo, you're messing up now. You're messing up.
it's going to be the whole hour?
I don't know if it's going to be the whole hour. I think it's either probably going to be like an insert, maybe like the last
Like
20 to 15 minutes or whatever. But this says a special post reunion conversation. So is it going to be after the entire reunion?
Right. I think it's going to be a 2-part reunion. Then it's like next week, watch the sit down. And I think it'll be good. I don't think Juan will be there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll be there. I think they'll use the excuse like he's in a lawsuit. We're not talking. Um, but I do think that they'll bring up obviously, of course, they'll bring up the cheating. And I wonder, I don't know, I wonder how forthright Robin will be. Like, is she going to admit to maybe even other affairs that weren't brought up?
Yep.
I wonder, like, I don't know. I think she'll talk about, obviously, she has no choice but to talk about this woman who is from the TikTok. I think that she'll have to address this alleged woman near Georgetown. And I think that Andy will bring up something like when Juan said in season 1 or 2, like, if it weren't for the kids, I would have been gone. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
think I think that they'll bring that up just to be like, we might have had evidence of something from the past. But
I wonder if he will call her to the carpet and say, does this now give credence to all of the other cast members' allegations that you and Giselle got together to make up all of the lies and rumors about the other women and the husbands?
oh, I don't think he'll.
Because I don't think, right? And that's why I'm just like, ugh, Andy, go away. It's like he needs to ask the questions that we actually want answers to. It's like Oprah, Queen Oprah always said when she's interviewing people, she's always thinking, what does the audience want to know the answer to? And I think that's what makes a really good interviewer and a really good host is when you get out of your own head and you are really coming from the perspective of who am I serving and what do they want to know?
Hmm.
Andy Cohen serves himself. That's why he's as the favorites and the bias and all that stuff. And he's just off in la la land. And we're always very frustrated. And we're always like, why didn't he say this? Why didn't he push harder? Why didn't he bring this up? Like,
Right.
why is he on her side? I think to be even on my YouTube channel, I always have to check myself and be like, okay, what do I think my beautiful candy canes want to hear about? What questions do I think they want answered? What perspective do I think they want to hear? And so I'll give my perspective, but then I'm like, but what about this? And I want to hear your stuff because that's really the beauty of a good host or a good interviewer is the person I'm serving is the person who's watching this. And what questions are they going to have that I can get answers to?
Mm-hmm.
That's why Oprah was so brilliant, because she was really able to do that. Wendy Williams was really good at doing that, because we wanted to know
Right.
what was really good. Wait, did you sleep with that person? Did this really happen? Wait, what happened? Because they were able to, in their own unique way, ask the question that we were all thinking.
Someone said have Karen interview Robin.
That would be the best.
Oh my goodness. Or bring Nikki back, because that was fun.
That was fun. Nikki's very problematic, but yes, if she could come back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nikki might be going through some things.
Oh God. So this means that they're really gonna have to bring someone on to Potomac, probably.
Yep.
Because Giselle's gonna need a friend.
Giselle is gonna need a friend.
And no one is her. So I don't know. I'd rather see Wendy bring on a friend.
That's a good point.
So she could have, I don't know, just the she seems uncomfortable most of the time, unfortunately, and I think that, I don't know, some support would be nice.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I think casting for that show is kind of hard. I don't want to see no more Baltimore though. I want to see some DC. I want to see some Potomac, actual Potomac, or DC, or like Bethesda, or somewhere with actual money. Like, I want to see someone with actual money.
100%.
I mean,
I want to see somebody connected to politics.
Yeah, oh, good.
I've said this in the past, but like, you know, there's always like because I know they don't ever want to show it, but behind the scenes, the politician families are crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at the Kennedys. Like, they're crazy. They're just like church folk. You know what I mean? Politicians and church folk. They're all the same. I want like the granddaughter of a great politician. Like, I just want somebody close to politics. So I'm like, how are you saying you're DMV? How are you saying you're Potomac? How are you saying this area when this area literally is the lifeblood of our judicial and legal and political system? DC is the freaking capital of our country, you know? So I'm like, there has to be some way. They tried to do it with like Giselle. Oh, her dad was a civil rights, blah, 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 blah. You know, she's like all that crap. But I was like, anyway, I was like, miss me with that. That was like Portia and the Underground Railroad.
Oh, yeah, that was.
You know, I was like, miss me with that. Like, I want to see. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, I want someone on there. I want one person on there who's like actually like high class, like super high class, and you know, looks down on some of them, like when Giselle, like when Karen, I don't know, like just is actually what they all pretend to be. And then I want someone on there who's like an actual DC woman, like, I don't know, maybe she does real estate, or they on, or something, like something where
no, we need an Olivia Pope. You know what I mean?
Oh, she can't go on the show.
We need an Olivia Pope. We need like a DC publicist, you know, somebody, you know, something like that. That would be amazing.
That would be. Would they go on the show? I don't know. I
don't know. Ebony came on the show. Wendy came on the show.
Yeah, and Wendy still has her job. So
Wendy still has her job. She's doing MSNBC. If Ebony just got the Judge show. So, hey.
So I guess it could work.
It could work. It could work. But I feel like that's kind of like what's missing, because that was kind of Potomac sweet sauce. Because everything about each franchise, there's always like a nod to the location, to like why that city, like why they're in that area. But that's really kind of missing from Potomac.
That's true. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be hard to find somebody. Hopefully it's not just like a random. Like, I want this person to actually know at least two of them. Like, please pick someone that they know.
Or at least, or bring them on with a friend.
Yeah, I mean, or it just needs to be, please just make it believable.
True.
Because we all know that none of them knew Mia, and it's still obvious.
Very obvious.
Care to know me. None of them care to know Mia.
No, Candace said it. She was like, we were all laughing at her, not with her. And that's basically how they've been since Mia got there from jump. And Mia has been like a fish out of water the entire time.
Yeah, it's
struggling for air, flip-flopping all over the place. That's why she's a flip-flopper. She hasn't been able to find her place, and the women aren't checking for her. And she doesn't understand that Giselle and Robin were only placating to you because they wanted to use you to get to Wendy, not because they actually like you. And if their plan to get Wendy had worked out, you were next. You were the next target. You and Gordon. I love G.
Yeah, he's a character. He really is a character. I mean, I don't know. Are they? People are saying like, oh, are they going to bring Jacqueline back like full time? I was like, oh
no, I don't think that's necessary, because the thing is, I don't have anything against Jacqueline, but again, when you have these codependent relationships, Jacqueline to me has no storyline, no interest outside of Mia.
For now,
but I'm not interested to know more about her.
Oh, well then,
I don't need to know anymore. I don't.
Well, damn.
Because she's almost like, and obviously, by no means am I like shaming or anything, but it's like, when this is what your debut is, you're talking about like doing a shower with Mia, pleasuring her husband before the wedding day, and threesomes and this sums and that sums and this and flashlights and coochies and blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good, sis. I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got it, and I'm good, sis. That's not actually the road we're trying to take today.
Well, too bad for Jacqueline then. I mean, I think she and Mia can go. Robin should be gone. Most of them should be gone, but they're not going to do that. So, yeah, what they're going to do? They're going to struggle, I think. I think next season is going to be like, because I think casting is going to be really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure they'll find someone who's, real thirsty, and I'm hoping that that's not the final product, but we'll see. We shall see.
We'll find out one way or the other.
We shall see. Well, Miss Candy, it's time for me I'm going to head off to Dreamland.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Jacob. Always a pleasure. I love it when you come on. You're such a good vibe.
Oh, you too. You are.
Thank you. It's so much fun. Yeah, have sweet dreams, Jacob. Oof. All right, Candy Canes. I'm gonna go to bed too. We have been on here for almost 3 hours. I love you guys. I love you, beautiful Candy Canes. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. You guys literally are the best. Shout out to Miss T, my beautiful mod. Shout out to her. And shout out to everybody else. Shout out to all my Candy Canes who've been hanging out with me tonight. I love you so, so much. So have a great Saturday night. You guys be safe. Have fun. Take care of yourself and each other. Before you head out, put down any comments you want. And also be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell. So shout out to Juanita and Sierra, LA Stone, Linda, Shelly, Holly, everybody, DGF, Linda, everybody. All right, you guys. I love you. Have a good night. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend, because a kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below. Join our newsletter. It is free, and you get a free self-love guide when you do. Check out our podcast, our books, our movies, our courses, and everything. I will see my beautiful Candy Canes tomorrow. I love you so much. Mwah. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go.